at first. He's safe, and Wilmus scores. The Hawkeyes have the lead. It's 6-5. Full count, crowd getting behind their batter, Ibarra. Watts ready to deliver. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Anthony Watts, Electric Avenue. 0-1. Ground ball right side. Swales, he's got it. Flip to second for one. Quickly over to first. Double play. Yeah, you bet. Whew. Iowa fans on their feet again. Down to the right. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hogue ready. He kicks and fires. Called third strike. He struck him out. And the Hawks win it. 6-5. Yes. An exciting victory for Iowa on the road to get the series started on a good note. Iowa was 6 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors in the field. Michigan, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error in the field. Dan Wright out of the bullpen. He threw 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits. He struck out 2 Michigan batters. He gets the win, improving to 2-1 now. Brant Hogue came in to get the last 2 outs with a couple of strikeouts. Hogue gets the save. Vigneault the loss for Michigan last night. So Iowa at 25-11 takes on Michigan 23-15 later this afternoon. First pitch coming up at 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock here in the Eastern Time Zone. We'll take a break. When we come back, John talks with bullpen stars Brant Hogue and Dan Wright right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bent grass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Welcome back to Hawkeye Pregame. I'm here with what I've determined after watching on the internet, the Siouxland connection here is Dan Wright and Brant Hogue, the 2 Hawkeye relief pitchers. Great job yesterday, first and foremost, gentlemen.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for hooking up today. We were just talking, you guys have seen Cade come in on Fridays for the last month, and you kind of had 5, 6, 7 innings off. They had to do a whole lot. Yeah. Yesterday wasn't at his sharpest, and Dan, you probably got called on a little quicker than you expected yesterday.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of the culture that we've built, and this pitching staff this year is we've done a great job of picking people up and coming in whenever we're needed. And they say inherited runners is kind of a big thing that we worry about, and we take a lot of pride in coming in and saving runs for other guys. So obviously, Cade's pitched at an incredible level the last several weeks, and that's just eventually it's just how the game works. Like, something's going to happen like yesterday, and I was happy to come in and pick him up when he needed us.
You mentioned the inherited runners. I thought the bullpen yesterday, every bullpen guy that came in and had to put out a fire. And I'm not going to lie. When you came in, Brant, I thought maybe they were going to look to Chaz. They looked at right-hander. There were a couple right-handers up. Instead, came to you. Close out your first game. What was that like for you?
It was fun. I mean, I was really confident in Anthony to get the job done for us, but he's been pitching really well the last couple weeks too, and I think the numbers just said a lefty would work better in that situation, and I was ready when my number was called, and it was fun to get a save in that situation. Pitching later in the game is kind of what you live for in college baseball, so it was really fun, really exciting.
How do you guys, one, kind of make sure you stay ready, and then obviously you came in, Daniel, with 2 guys on. You came in the 9th with with the heart of the order coming up. How do you make it be just any other pitch, where you just have to go execute your plan?
Yeah, I think that something that Coach Kenny has often gotten upset with me for is early in the innings, I'm not as sharp, and for some reason, just having some traffic out there just makes me focus on each pitch more. And so I think coming in situations like that are honestly better sometimes, because you know that every pitch is so critical at that point, and you're trying to keep runners from scoring, which is what we're in the run prevention business. So it's definitely tough sometimes late in the games to try and make every pitch and make everything bigger than it really is. But when you come into a situation like that with a couple runners on base, you just got to take it one at a time and trust your defense behind you. And we've defended so well this year that it makes you feel better. You have those 8 guys behind you, or 7 behind you, and you got Dan Rogers, who's just phenomenal behind the plate. So you certainly feel more comfortable in situations like that with those guys on the field with you.
Same. I was going to say, the cliche saying of pressure is a privilege really applies in those situations, because having Coach Heller and Coach Kenny have the confidence to put you out there in those situations really, it gives me a lot of confidence knowing that I have 2 guys in the dugout that believe in me, and then everyone in the field who believes in you as well. And Rogers does a really good job when you're out there, expressing confidence in you as well. So just having people and the whole team really who believes in you, know you can get the job done, there's a sense of adrenaline out there that it just gives you, and it's just really fun in those situations.
Yeah, the kicker that it matters, but yet you can't make it too big, right?
Exactly.
You got to keep it in. It's in perspective, but it's just, hey, it's still just another pitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get off baseball now. You guys go way back though, right? I mean, so it wasn't just like you came to Iowa, Daniel, and it's like, oh, this is the first time you guys met. You guys have some high school history and things.
Yeah, we grew up playing ball together. When we were really young, playing the same travel ball team, I guess, for a while.
When we were 8 years old.
Yeah, so we've played together for a long time. Then growing up, we played against each other in every sport: football, baseball, basketball. It was always kind of me versus Dan, and he got the edge basically in every sport except baseball. The Crusaders could beat the Warriors in baseball, so that was fun.
So based on what I've seen, you guys seem to get along. How much fun is that then to kind of come full circle from little league t-ball sorts of things now to kind of last seasons of college baseball together?
Yeah, I think that there's been a lot of full circle moments for us, because we grew up playing together and then played against each other, and then when I decided to switch over to baseball, I talked to Brant, and he was like, funny, crazy thing, I don't have a roommate yet at Iowa Western, and so I moved in with him, and we roomed together for a year, and they always say you learn more from your teammates than you do from your coaches, and I would say Brant's been my best pitching coach for years. So I was so excited to come back here and play with him, just because I knew that he would just keep bringing that positive energy, and basically the coaching that I needed. Is that he always gives me a lot of confidence, because he knows me better than anybody else does as a pitcher. So I would say that's probably the most meaningful part of our connection, is that we coach each other, we build each other up, we beat each other up a little bit. That's just kind of the nature of it. It feels like we're brothers. So.
Yeah. Sometimes part of good coaching is knocking a guy down a peg, right?
Exactly. When you're being stupid out there, it's nice to come in there and Dan comes to tell me, he's like, hey, would you stop being dumb out there? It's like, yeah, thanks. I needed to hear that.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to tell him, pony up and throw that thing a little harder.
Yeah, stop throwing 88. Like, okay, thanks. Thank you.
All right, so last question here. So now Brant and I were talking midweek about some golf, and I hear, Daniel, you feel like you got some pretty good hands, and you guys might be the 2-man team to beat in the team golf tournament.
Yeah, I certainly feel good about us. We've been trying to get something together. If any of the local courses in Iowa City are listening, we would really appreciate a sponsored tournament. We currently have about the entire team made up into teams of 2.
Yep.
And I would 1,000% that Brant and I are the favorites.
Okay.
Brant can get us off the tee. I am a pretty large human, but I have great hands. Very good around the greens, so we make for a good combo. And I've seen some of these other guys swing golf clubs. It's ugly. So I feel pretty good about us.
That's pretty much the scouting report you gave me.
Exactly. I mean, we got some guys on the team who like to talk trash a little bit, and we'll see. We'll put it to the test here when we get an off day and go play some golf. It'll be fun.
There's a lot of talk, but we haven't seen any action yet from some of these guys.
All bark, no bite type things.
Yeah. Sounds perfect. Well, congratulations on the win yesterday. Congratulations on your first career save, and let's at least win the series today, if not a little bit more tomorrow.
Let's do it.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Daniel Wright, Brant Hogue, appreciate you guys joining me. John will be back with Coach Heller after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Different people have different needs. Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to your community. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental. For your smile, for your health, for your community.
Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball forward Hannah Stolke teamed up with 22 and Vine at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to bring you an exclusive creation, the Hamburger. This mouthwatering masterpiece features 2 delicious sausage and beef patties with crispy bacon jam, melted American cheese, and a perfectly fried egg, all nestled on a French toast caramelized brioche bun. Experience the Hamburger today, available only at 22 and Vine. It's a game changer.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball today. Game 2 of the series with the Michigan Wolverines at Ray Fisher Stadium in Ann Arbor. We're joined by head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller. Coach, a tight win yesterday.
It was a different game than what we've seen much this year, and I just thought our guys fought really hard, especially on the offensive side, and especially in the first 6 innings. Just relentless in our approach and our plan, and got runs in like 5 different innings. We never, got the big blow, which with the way the wind was blowing in, you felt like one was really, really important, and, scratching one in the first inning. And we had a hit and run. We executed a hit and run last night. We had a good move 'em sack, and we executed pretty decent to a point. And then the last 3 innings were quite the opposite. We really didn't do much. We didn't do much, and we didn't come through. We didn't win many 3-2 counts. Had a couple other execution things we didn't get done. Bad base running decision that hurt, but we held on. And Cade Overmueller's start was not good. I mean, he was just off for some reason. I have no idea why, but was not the Cade we've seen the last 5 or 6 weeks. And usually you give him a lead like that at this, the way he's been pitching, the game's over. And unfortunately, we gave it up. We had a big inning in the 4th, and an array of miscues from lead the inning off the hit by pitch, and then potential double play ball. I mean, the ball was smoked, and we olay it, and it gets into the outfield. Another error, another walk, and then a double, and here we go. And we're behind, and the offense responded, tied it, then went ahead by a run. And then when we went to the bullpen, Dan Wright was outstanding. And then Anthony Watts was equally outstanding. And then in the ninth inning, the right-handers in that danger zone at the top of Michigan's order, some of those guys, not all of them, but the majority of them have reverse splits where they don't hit lefties as well as righties. And Anthony Watts had some even though it wasn't a lot of pitches, it was some stress. When he came in, there was some stress. There was some stress in the eighth. And I just felt like, Brant Hogue didn't pitch on Wednesday. He was going to be fresh. I felt like he'd have really good stuff. And, whether it was the right decision or not, from a statistical or from an analytical point of view, it was the right decision to go with the fresh guy who was a better matchup, at least in terms of batting average against. So it worked out, and Brant came in and was really good, overcome what I thought was a missed third strike to the last hitter, and then struck him out again.
Again, yes.
And that was good to see.
Coach, when your team maybe doesn't play as well as you were hoping and you still get the win, what's the message to the guys coming into this game?
Well, the message is, with the win, you're happy, and there were some really, really good things, and that, even when you don't play well, if you fight hard and you don't give up, and certain parts of the team pick you up, the bullpen picked us up, and the offense picked Cade up, in the first 6 innings, you can overcome it, but you can't live like that, and when you live in that house, bad things start to happen, and, you have to clean that stuff up. We beat a team last night that had 2 free bases. That don't happen very often. I mean, the odds of that are, pretty astronomical, really. It was just 1-2 and effort, and caught some breaks, and but we need to play better defensively. We had at least five. I counted at least 5 opportunities to make game-changing, run-saving plays, and then we're not even worried in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
But we didn't. So we end up in a 1-run game where we were fortunate to have a lead. You think of the play where we had the contact play on early in the game, and Ben Wilmus makes an incredible slide around the tag at the plate, and he's safe. He's out. We're going to extra innings. Just stuff like that. And at the end of the day, you can't ever make it bigger than it is. It's always the same. It's not the jersey on the other team. It's not the playing for the championship. It's not, oh, God, we're in first place. We can't lose. Oh, God, we got to win for our RPI. If any of those thoughts, all of those thoughts are clutter. I can't, my agent's here, or, oh, my God, there's 27 scouts here, and there's cross-checkers everywhere, and, I need to do this, or I need to do that, and as soon as that creeps into your head, it's over, man. I mean, it's not going to work. In the history of the game, it's never worked, and which is why you hear us harp on it so much and so often and keep bringing it up, because they need reminders. The guys need reminders that the reason we're a good team is because we're a good team. We don't focus on any of the clutter. We focus on the things we can control. We throw our ego in the trash. When you throw your ego in the trash, the pressure goes away, and then all you do is battle your ass off to help your team win. That's it, period. And if it's any more than that, then you have peaks and valleys, ups and downs, and especially when you're a lot of times you're faced with beating teams that have more talent than you. That's just the way it is, and the way you beat those teams are the way we play and the way we have played, and we just have to keep doing that. We kind of got outside. We got outside of who we are a little bit yesterday, and I thought we did on last weekend against Nebraska, and was still able to win the series. But if we didn't, we'd probably sweep them. So, like I said to the team, and you heard me say it, these lessons are way better when we're winning. So let's take heed, so we can avoid that.
Talking with the head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Keller, on our pregame show from Ray Fisher Stadium in Ann Arbor. Coach, in this game today, we'll see Kurt Barr for Michigan, and we'll probably see Will Rogers after that. Those are the two guys that we remember from last year. What do we see this season?
Well, Kurt Barr has been a pain in our rear, to be real honest with you, John. For whatever reason, he's pitched well against us, and as Marty brought up in the scout this morning, Merrick Matthews got to him and walked him off last year in the game we won. But he pretty much shoved on us in the conference tournament where had we done anything at all, we would have never went to extra innings and ended up losing. But he's a guy, you hope you catch him on day when he's not on. He's a lot like the Nebraska guys on Sunday, They just had a day of days, or Walsh on Friday. Walsh on Friday, the wind's blowing in, we hit 4 or 5 balls hard. We don't get rewarded, and he ends up, only giving up 3 hits and going 7 innings. And last night, he got drilled by Northwestern.
Saw that. Wow.
Yeah, wind's blowing out. They got rewarded. They hit 5 home runs. The game. That's how the game is. And we've caught Barr on a couple good days. He's pitched well. I mean, he throws the kitchen sink at you. That's the issue. From a stuff standpoint, he's not going to throw crazy velocity or anything like that. And to the right-handers, his fastball is going to be away when he uses it. He's fairly traditional in that if he falls behind, you're going to get fastballs away. He's going to try to raise your eye level and then throw the big breaking ball that he has, but he's got breaking ball, slider, changeup. And for the older guys listening, this guy actually throws a real knuckleball. And believe it or not, several guys on their team do. So it'll be interesting to see if and when he uses that. But I haven't seen a guy with a knuckleball in the scouting report in a long, long time. But he
I think it was still a thing.
So it's going to be a disciplined day for us. The wind has shifted some. It should be carrying out to left field today. I'm not quite sure what it's going to do in right field based on the fact we haven't had BP yet and haven't been able to bear down. But I'm watching and balls are flying out to left field where yesterday, man, it was really tough. And like we said, it was crazy. I said the one place you might be able to get out to left field is if you don't hit it at a very high angle and it just creeps over the wall, and exactly what Ben Wilmes did.
That's right. We gave you credit for that on the air too, Coach.
Okay.
We said Coach Heller said that. On the flip side, Coach, Aaron Savory going today, need a sharp start out of him.
Yeah, it'd be great because we survived. The guys, a lot like yesterday, the guys picked him up last week and scored some runs. And Aaron wasn't his best, but he doesn't have to be Nolan Ryan. He just needs to throw strikes and change speeds and let the chips fall where they may. Where Aaron gets in trouble is when he gives up the free bases before some hits, and they're a good offense. They're a very potent offense, as you can see. But if Aaron's on, I think he's a really good matchup for him. I think he can keep him off stride. It's a day where you're probably going to give up, some hits because of the wind. But like we talked last week, you want him to, if you give up a wind-blown home run, you want it to be a solo shot, and then you can hopefully overcome that. But it's the walk, hit by pitch, the free bases, especially free bases leading an inning off. And then we need to play great defense. But we need a great start out of Aaron. Unfortunately, with Cade's rough start last night, I mean, we had to go to the bullpen with 3 of our best guys, and that's never a good thing on Friday night. You got to do what you got to do to win the game, and we did that. But today, I mean, we've still got some good guys to go to, but it's not you'd like to have at least one of those guys that you could throw today for an extended period of time, which is why Savory's start is so crucial for us today, is that we need to get a good one out of him.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck against Michigan today.
All right, thanks, John.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show in Ann Arbor. Iowa can clinch the series with a win today over Michigan. We'll get you the starting lineups and first pitch right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
Michigan and Iowa, game 2 of this weekend series. The Hawkeyes can clinch it with a win today. Aaron Savory pitching against Kurt Barr. The coaches meeting taking place around home plate right now. Rick Heller in his 12th season with Iowa. And Tracy Smith, the head coach of Michigan, in his 3rd year with the Wolverines. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. All right, John Evans, we're back today. A 6-5 winner yesterday. It was a thriller. It was exciting. And you come away from it, at least some of us think, Iowa could play even better this weekend.
Yeah, you kind of root for let's win boring now. That'd be great. Iowa did several things uncharacteristically poor yesterday, perhaps. But they did a great job of taking advantage of opportunities when they had a chance. 7 of 16 with 2 outs. They had 4 2-out RBIs, 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Things that Michigan wasn't able to capitalize on yesterday when they had Iowa on the ropes. And so, again, just a gritty way to find a way to win. And as you heard Coach Heller just say, they used a lot of bullpen guys yesterday that you don't typically use on a Friday. And so now they'll need some other guys to step up and be gritty today.
Your keys to victory?
Realistically, probably a good start from Aaron. Just so if the bullpen has to throw 5 innings again today, you're in trouble. Not that you can't win, but it would require a really big effort. And so I think it starts there. And then I think it starts with a good offensive approach. Barr's had 3 appearances against Iowa in his career, 11 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. So he's a guy that Iowa's going to be able to put the ball in play on. But if you go nibbling off the edges, he's going to get a lot of weak contact, and you make life pretty easy for him.
We'll get a look at Kurt Barr in a moment as he's about ready to take the mound for Michigan. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Different people have different needs. Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to your community. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental. For your smile, for your health, for your community.
Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball forward Hannah Stuelke teamed up with 22 and Vine at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to bring you an exclusive creation, the Hamburger. This mouthwatering masterpiece features 2 delicious sausage and beef patties with crispy bacon jam, melted American cheese, and a perfectly fried egg, all nestled on a French toast caramelized brioche bun. Experience the Hamburger today, available only at 22 and Vine. It's a game changer.
All right, it's time for today's starting lineups. We'll go first for the Hawkeyes. They're about to bat first in Ann Arbor today. Ben Wilmus in left field. He'll lead things off, followed by Gable Mitchell at shortstop. Reese Moore, the DH. Middle of the order for Iowa today, Miles Risley in center, Dan Rogers the catcher, and Blake Guerin will start at first base and bat 6 for the Hawkeyes this afternoon. 7, 8, 9, Cooper Schulte, the third baseman, Ben Swales, the second baseman, and Andy Nelson gets the nod. He'll start in right, as the Hawkeyes will face Kurt Barr on the mound, right-handed pitcher for Michigan.
42, 4-2 on the season, 43 innings pitched, 43 hits, 30 runs, just 21 earned, 24 walks, 52 strikeouts. He's given up just 14 extra base hits, so he, again, doesn't necessarily always give up hard contact, but had a good solid career against Iowa. We saw his younger brother yesterday. His younger brother actually throws a little harder. You'll see Kurt get it up there. It'll be just in the upper 80s, but as you heard Coach Heller say, he will throw a little bit of everything besides that. Curveball, slider, changeup, even a knuckleball he'll mix in there.
Ben Wilmus making his way to the box. He's in there now. We're getting ready for first pitch. It's on its way home to Wilmus. It is an outside strike call. First pitch comes in at 2:04 Eastern Time. No balls in a strike on Wilmus. Here's the pitch. Ben rips into the left center gap, and it's going to get down. Cut off before the wall. Wilmus sprinting around first. He's headed for second. He'll slide in safely. A leadoff double for Ben Wilmus, just like yesterday.
Just like yesterday, he catches a fastball in the middle of the plate from Barr and sends it 97 out into the left center field gap. Good play there by, that was Colby Turner, who was able to cut it off, didn't let it get to the wall, but Ben hustling out of the box the whole way. Gets a runner in scoring position in the top of the first.
Ben's fourth hit of the series already. He was 3 for 5 yesterday afternoon. He was a triple shy of the cycle yesterday.
14th double for Ben.
First pitch to Gable Mitchell. He grounds to first base. Ibarra's there, and he will retire Gable. Wilmus gets to third.
We talk about Gable swinging first pitch sometimes. That's a fastball inner half of the plate. You're all for that one, and turns into a productive out at least. And same spot we were in yesterday.
Boy, identical. Mitchell hit a sacrifice yesterday. Now the infield in for Michigan. First pitch to Reese Moore is outside. Moore, the left-handed DH for the Hawks. They've got the shift over to the right side of the infield, and they're in, so a ton of room, basically where a shortstop typically plays. 1-0 pitch from Barr. Jack swing, Reese couldn't hold up. Breaking ball that dropped below the zone, but Reese went through. It's 1-1.
I bet Spear makes sure he puts the tag on if he gets an opportunity.
Yeah. Outfield playing straight up. The 1-1 pitch to Reese. Swing and a miss. Another curveball. He chased it 1-2.
Yeah, the scout was basically left-handers. If it doesn't start at your eyes, it's not a strike. And both of those have certainly been true. Started waist high. They look great, and the bottom falls out.
1-2 pitch. Reese swings and misses again in the dirt, and he is retired as the throw goes down to first.
Unfortunately for Iowa, that's where the similarities to yesterday end. See if now they can come up with a 2-out hit, which they were very good at yesterday.
Reese will need to get back to the binder there and reflect back on the scout, because that was exactly what we heard this morning.
Yeah, and especially with how he was going to try to get you out with two strikes especially.
Miles Risley, the batter. First pitch from Barr is outside. Wilmus with a leadoff double, ground out and strikeout, so Wilmus is still out there at third base. 2 down for Risley. The 1-0 pitch from Barr. Here it comes. It's a called strike, 1-1.
It's a good take from Riz. Breaking ball, off speed, just off the edge of the plate. You're really not going to do anything with it early in the count. Take your chances.
Barr's 1-1. That's high and out. 2 balls and a strike on Risley. Risley hit 3 singles yesterday. He was also 3 of 5. 2-1 pitch. Miles hits on the ground to the right side. Backhand stop by Ibarra, who flips it to Barr, who's covering for the third out. A leadoff double for Wilmus, but that's all. We'll go to the bottom of the first after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. You'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Welcome back to Hawkeye Baseball. We can all help prevent suicide. There is hope with the 988 Lifeline. Call or text 988 now.
Batting order for Michigan as they come to the plate in the bottom of the first. Benjamin Casillas, the shortstop, will lead off, followed by Braden Jeffress, the right fielder, and Mitch Voigt at second base. Middle of the order, Jeter Ibarra at first, Colby Turner, the 5-hitter, in left, and Cole Caruso, the third baseman. 7, 8, 9, Jonathan Kim, the DH, Matt Spear, the catcher, Greg Pace Jr. in center. Outfield, defensively for Iowa, in the outfield, left to right, Ben Wilmus in left, Miles Risley in center, Andy Nelson in right. Left to right for Iowa on the infield, Cooper Schulte, Gable Mitchell, Ben Swales, and Blake Guerin. Iowa's catcher today is Dan Rogers, and the starting pitcher from Dubuque, right-handed Aaron Savary.
5-0 in 9 starts for the Hawkeyes with a 4.02 ERA. 47 innings, 32 hits, 21 runs have all been earned. Has given up 5 home runs, walked 22, struck out 51. That really seems to be the key here. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday with Cade of throwing your pitch with conviction, and that's really a big thing for Aaron, is to get in there and compete. Know you belong and go try to execute your best pitch.
Savary has the soft slider that is tricky for opposing hitters. Michigan showed great discipline against Cade yesterday. He's going to have to throw it in the zone. First pitch is swung on, chopped left side. Schulte at third, fields it, and throws it across the diamond to retire Casillas. 1 pitch, 1 out for Savary in the first.
That's more of what we expected from Michigan yesterday, jumping on pitches early and swinging early in the count. Aaron throws a good fastball, inner part of the plate, gets Casillas to beat it right into the ground.
Hawkeye pitchers did not work in on Michigan very much yesterday. Do you expect that to change today, John?
Yes, and I did talk to Coach Kenny about that a little bit, and he said that the working away, just misses away to the left-hander, wasn't necessarily the way everything was called. Sometimes guys just maybe didn't hit the spot they were hunting for, and said some guys have a harder time throwing it inside than other guys do.
Savary's missed outside a couple times to Braden Jeffress, left-handed right fielder. That's .321 for the Wolverines. A limited action yesterday. Did not get the start, but he came in after Cade's day was done. 2-0 pitch. This is grounded right side and foul to Blake Guerin at first.
Blake tries to reach and keep his foot on the bag, and he was successful in that, but the no fooling, the ball was foul there.
Keeping the foot in, wrong sport.
Exactly. Can't toe that one in. Well, if you saw the way the Dodger game ended yesterday with that funny little double play ball.
Savary out of the windup, pitches the 2-1. It's in there for a strike, 2-2. I missed it, John.
Left-hander was one of the young brothers from Texas Tech, hit a funny little spinner down the third base line, and somehow it looked like it was foul and spun back over the bag.
Oh boy.
He didn't run.
2-2 is lifted into left. Wilmus comes forward a couple steps, now over towards the line, drifting, and makes the play for the second out.
he didn't run thinking it was foul, and umpire called it fair, and they turned a double play on him.
Oof. See, even in the pros, things like that can happen.
Never assume.
2 outs for Mitch Voigt. Solid hitter for the Wolverines, batting .370, standing in from the right side. They've got a few lefties in the lineup today. They had none in the starting lineup against Obermuller yesterday. First pitch is hit well to left, and that is long gone off the bat of Voigt. Michigan with a 1-0 lead in the first.
Any other questions about why maybe you don't come into a guy?
That's right.
That's a fastball that's inside, probably barely on the black of the plate, and Voigt goes 107 and hits it 417 over the left field wall.
Unfortunately, no doubt about that one off the bat.
No, I pretty much waved at it as soon as he hit it.
2-out home run for Michigan in the first. They strike and throw the first punch today.
Funny, that was the pitch I was begging for at the end of the game yesterday, so I understand now why maybe we didn't, but also had a little different wind yesterday.
Savary back in the strike zone. First pitch to Ybarra is a called strike. Yep, that's all the sample size I need.
Yeah.
We can stay away from him now.
Well, I think the other side of it, too, is when you had him away with 2 strikes, there's still a little difference there of what his approach becomes with 2 strikes if he's diving away from the plate. But he certainly showed he's an incredibly versatile hitter at this point.
No balls and 2 strikes on Ybarra. Savary pitches. Swing and a miss. Slider low and in. He gets the strikeout to end the inning. 1 run for the Wolverines on the solo home run from Voigt. Michigan leads it 1-0. We're back for the second after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. Stop by today for a relaxing massage at the spa, fine dining at Ruthie's Steak and Seafood, and so much more. Visit Riverside Casino and Golf Resort today, located minutes south of Iowa City.
John Evans and John Leo with you from Ray Fisher Stadium on the campus of the University of Michigan. The Wolverines lead at 1-0 after 1 inning of play. Solo home run in their half of the first. Dan Rogers to lead this inning off. First pitch swinging and grounds it to first base, where he's retired on 1 pitch. Iowa swinging early in counts so far. Trying to jump on Kurt Barr, the starting pitcher for the Wolverines. Here's Blake Guerin. Caleb Wolf started at first yesterday. Blake gets the start today with the wind blowing out to left, over to left, out to left, right towards the tall brick wall in the left field corner. First pitch to Blake is just below the letters for a strike. Big blue batter's eye straightaway center, 395, the wall to straight center. Long scoreboard in right, 320 down the line, 312 down the line in left. Guerin takes an outside strike call. The wind blowing towards left field today. Cloudy skies. 0-2 pitch to Guerin. High and out. Spear tried to bring it back in. It's too far up.
It worked on the last pitch, so don't blame him for Barr hits his location perfectly, and Spear does a nice job just trying to frame it in.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Guerin down on strikes. Curveball has been nasty from Barr. It's fooled a couple of Iowa hitters.
That one was better. That one was mostly a strike through the zone. I mean, a little low still, but it's got good depth on it, so you've got to follow it and track it down. It's hard when he's got a ball that's spinning left to right and a ball that spins down. You've really got to identify. And boy, if he starts getting well off the plate, it's going to be really difficult.
I mean, this home plate umpire needs to realize what Spear's doing behind the plate, bringing that in several inches. He does it twice. Schulte quickly in a hole, 0-2. And Michael Schultz behind the plate is given that outer edge, way out. Barr working quickly, the 0-2. Outside, didn't get the call that time. It was too far off, 1-2. In the opposite batter's box, had to hold our breath for a minute.
Better you than me today.
See if Schulte can get something going with 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up, shallow right. Jeffress coming forward. He's under it, and he caught it. Iowa goes down 1-2-3 in the second. Michigan leads at 1-0. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot midsummers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country.
5-6-7 due up for Michigan in the second inning. They lead it 1-0. It'll be Colby Turner first, and then Cole Caruso and Jonathan Kim facing off against Aaron Savory. Savory threw 10 pitches in the first inning, faced 4 batters, gave up a solo home run. And so it's 1-0 Michigan in the second. Busy day in Ann Arbor. Got this baseball game today. There's lacrosse in town, Ohio State and Michigan lacrosse. There's NCAA men's gymnastics in town. There's some sort of softball tournament going on beyond the left center field wall at the Michigan softball field. Not sure if that's, it's not Michigan. So it's high school or club of some sort. And then maybe the biggest show in town is the spring football game today at the Big House just beyond the right field wall.
We were Columbus last year for spring football.
Always seem to be in town. Iowa's spring football game is next weekend when the Hawkeyes are hosting Indiana. First pitch from Savory looked pretty good, and it's called outside on Colby Turner. Rogers tried to bring it back in.
Clearly Spear must be better at that.
1-0 pitch grounded foul.
And Daniels is one of the best at that.
Yeah, I think Rogers, now we haven't seen them all, but I'm partial to Dan as one of the best catchers in the Big Ten. Receives the ball well.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the game. He's a guy you don't notice, and I think that's might be the best compliment you can give a catcher is you just don't notice what's going on back there, and you never worry about it.
Savary's slider sailed outside, 2-1. We certainly notice when Rogers smothers a ball or makes a great play, but man, he might steal a strike or two. 2-1 pitch from Savary, in on the hands and fouled off over to the right. Got him on the knob of the bat, 2-2.
Ball's not that far for a strike. He didn't miss much. We had a big ooh from the crowd, but that's just off the inner part of the plate.
Don't mind that location at all. Turner holds his hands over the plate. He chases the slider and gets a piece of it foul to the right.
Well, that's why you have to be able to throw in, is because then you try to throw the slider in the left-handed batter's box and get him to chase, which you did. But hopefully you stood him up enough he couldn't make contact with it. Unfortunately, he was able to just get it off the end of the bat.
Look how deep Wilmus is playing in left. His heels are on the track out there. Savary's 2-2. Fouled off again.
Well, we talked about it. The left field wall isn't that far, and that's why they have it tall. So yeah, it's kind of like playing in Boston. You know, you go stick right up against the green monster and then play ricochets if you have to.
Again with the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that one caught Rogers.
He's out.
As Turner strikes out.
Was he awarded first? What does he get?
What are we pointing down to first for?
They called him out on the swing.
Rogers caught that in a not so fun position, I'm afraid. And he's going to squat down and take a minute.
So they're going to say he swung at it, made no contact. And so he's out. And Rogers doesn't really, he's still trying to, we'll call it, get his bearings behind home plate.
And you know what? That's about what you need to do to start to feel better right there. Maybe sit down for a second.
Well, and that's, you know, we've seen home plate umpires. They go out, they rough up the ball, they hand it to the pitcher. Having the conference here of did he foul tip it or not might be the best possible thing for Daniel at this moment.
We're going to review something now. What are we going to review?
I'm not sure.
Why are the umpires reviewing it? If Michigan wants to review it, fine. If they want to waste a challenge, fine. It doesn't look like they're going to now after being awarded that possibility.
So
I was afraid the umpires were going to.
So they were telling him he could challenge it, and he decided, no, I don't want to. Daniel is still not okay, though, even after this long pause. We'll see the replay here. He clearly swings at it. There's no doubt about that. The only question is, did he make any contact with it?
Poor D-Raj, John. Yeah, let's get him some water. Oh, Jake Feldman, outstanding athletic trainers out there. And D-Raj is up to his feet now. Jumping around. That's the other thing you kind of got to do there.
And I mean,
trying to be careful, but
well, I mean, nobody wants to laugh, but everybody that's played almost any sport has had something, we'll call it bad, like that happen before, and you're just kind of rooting for everything to fall back into position.
All right. I think we're good to go. I need a little delay myself.
Full apologies to dear Roger.
Yep.
Future family.
Yep. Woo. All right. So Turner, after all that, he strikes out. And now Caruso comes up. We're ready for play. Right-handed hitter. Savary deals him a strike on the edge. Caruso, the starting third baseman. He's the sixth hitter for the Wolverines. And he's a good one. 308 with 9 home runs, 9 doubles. Savary throws it by him. 0-2.
Yeah, kind of surprised him there. And that's that'll be the key for Aaron today is mixing pitches well. You know, not just get into feeling good about the frisbee, straighten them up with enough fastballs to keep them honest.
The 0-2. It's in the dirt, blocked by Rogers.
It's just rude to ask Daniel to block a pitch right now.
Assume he's a little jumpy behind the plate here.
Lucky you just didn't let that one go.
Get out of the way. Savary out of the windup, deals the 1-2. Way outside. Missed wildly, 2-2.
We heard Coach Kenny talk about this in Scout this morning of Hawkeye pitchers yesterday did a nice job of getting to 2 strikes and didn't do a very good job after 2 strikes.
Savary frustrated as he missed again outside, ball 3.
Yeah, that's 3 non-competitive pitches after you get to 0-2. You can't all of a sudden go, I'm going to make such a great pitch that he's going to swing and miss. You're just looking for weak contact.
Full count delivery. Strike 3 called.
Froze him right there on a breaking ball up in the zone. Caruso just couldn't pull the trigger. And Aaron then is able to flip his fingers and have his little trigger.
Yeah. Back-to-back strikeouts, 3 in a row now for Savary. In the bottom of the second, Michigan leads it 1-0. Here's Jonathan Kim, the DH. He stands in from the left side. And Savary deals. Pitch just low and in. Kim bats .293, just shy of 100 at bats on the season. The 1-0, outer edge, strike called, 1-1. 28 strikeouts, though, in 92 at bats. Does have some doubles power, though, 8 doubles. The 1-1 is hit down the left field line. Wilmus moving over. It bounces in front of him for a base hit. Kim is around first, headed for second. Here's the throw. It's late. Opposite field double with 2 outs for Jonathan Kim.
You mentioned the doubles power. Good job there. It's a fastball up and away, probably out of the zone from Savary. But Kim, with a good approach, just stays with it, drives it out there. Really thought Ben had a chance to catch it, especially with how deep he was, but couldn't make the play. And 2-out hit for the Wolverines. Keep them in business here in the second.
Matt Spear is up. He's their catcher. Another left-handed hitter for the Wolverines. .224 hitter. Stands deep back in the box. Savary's first pitch fouled off. Barely started his motion to swing, and it clipped the bat.
It's probably a strike anyway, but he sits right on the plate. Really a hard guy to jam. You got to get it in on the plate, but if you miss in much, you're going to hit him.
Savary with a long pause. The 0-1 is low and in, back foot. Rogers slid over to stop it. 2 outs in the inning, a couple of strikeouts for Savary, but he's given up a double now. Michigan leading 1-0 in the second, and they're batting. Savary checks on Kim at second, now pitches. Outside, 2-1. Spear with 19 hits and 85 at-bats. 4 home runs. He has a double and a triple. Iowa shifted over to the right. Swales playing in shallow right, the second baseman. 2-1 pitch. That dropped in for a strike at the knees.
He came in yesterday, pinch hit. He was 0 for 2 with a strikeout.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Aaron focusing on Rogers' mitt and pitches. Swinging and a ground ball to the right. That's foul. Aaron's been working away with the changeup. A few times in this at bat. We'll see if he can finally get Spear with a 2-2 count. Here's Aaron's pitch. Way outside, missed with the fastball. It's 3-2 now.
Boy, I don't have any idea what that sound effect is.
Is that a whale? What is that? Some sort of siren? 3 balls and 2 strikes. Big pitch here from Sav. Aaron brings it home. Ground ball to the right side. Swales charging. Ben's got it, and he quickly gets it to Guerin for the 3rd out. Iowa keeps Michigan off the scoreboard in the 2nd. Wolverines lead at 1-0. We're back for the top of the 3rd after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
FS Envision Seed Corn and FS High Soy Soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and High Soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Hey there, sports fans. Hungry for a legendary experience? Look no further than Bumps Restaurants, proudly named after the legendary Bump Elliott. Nestled right at the Finkbine Golf Course on Melrose Avenue, Bumps is your go-to spot for mouth-watering meals. Present your ticket from today's game at Bumps and get a buy one appetizer, get the second appetizer free deal. Offer good through the next home game. See you soon off Melrose Avenue at the Finkbine Golf Course. Bumps Restaurant, a legendary place with legendary food.
University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Top of the 3rd inning in Ann Arbor. Michigan 1, Iowa at 0. The Hawkeyes facing off against Kurt Barr, the starting pitcher for Michigan. Ben Swales, Andy Nelson, and Ben Wilmus will come to the plate in this inning. If anybody gets on, we'll see Gable Mitchell. Michigan with 2 hits, Iowa with 1. Basically a time through the order on both sides. Barr's thrown 20 pitches in 2 innings. You get that pitch count up a little bit. Iowa's been swinging early, which generally don't have any issue with, but haven't been productive in the aggressive approach yet.
Well, the hard part, too, is you got a guy that's just filling up the strike zone. So you take pitches, because on one hand, I'd say, yeah, take some pitches. He's thrown 5 balls. And so then you're down 0-1, 0-2 to a guy that's got 4 or 5 pitches that he can kind of throw for strikes. And so it gets to be a little challenging as he throws ball 6.
There it is. High to Swales. Starting second baseman for Iowa. Ben batting .326 for the Hawks. 9 doubles, 2 home runs. Swings through the off speed from Barr, 1-1. Looks like the spring football game's let out, John. A lot of fans walking over from that direction.
Yeah, we might get a more filled-in crowd here.
Yeah, pretty light today to start. 1-1. That's low. Ball 2. Cloudy day in Ann Arbor. Breezy, and so it's chilly. Yesterday when the sun was out, it was very warm. And cooled off when the clouds came back in. Today, much cooler. 2-1 is on the outer edge. 2-2.
This is probably not the home plate umpire strike zone Iowa needed for facing a guy like Barr.
Yeah. Barr's 2-2. Dropped low. Good hang there from Swales. Didn't chase the breaking ball. Barr throws a traditional curveball. It's more of a 12-6, but you just don't see that many curveballs anymore. Everybody throws the slider.
No, everybody went to the slider. You see more guys kind of with that sweeper action too.
Full count. We'll see if Iowa can get a base runner. The 3-2. Swales hits on the ground up the middle and through into center field. He will stop at first base. Leadoff single for Swales. Not as an aggressive of a lead or a round from Swales today.
Ben had a moment yesterday. Might have blacked out as he rounded first. He recognized it. He learned.
Good piece of hitting there. You saw 6 pitches from Barr and then was rewarded. Here's Andy Nelson. First at bat of the weekend for Andy. First pitch is the curveball that is a called strike.
And perfectly fine. I mean, if he's going to land it for strike 1, okay. I think if you see a fastball, I'm more inclined to swing first pitch. But if he's going to land a breaking ball, go ahead and take it.
0-1 to Nelson, way outside and low. Right-hander versus right-hander here. Andy batting .224 for the Hawks. Just 58 at-bats this season for Nelson. Taking him a while to get going. 5 doubles, 2 home runs, so the juice is there for Andy. He's the 9-hitter today. 1-1 pitch, way outside, got by the catcher. Spear could not backhand it, and Swales will advance to second.
Yeah, Ben didn't get a great read on that, but the pitch was so bad. And Barr pats his chest. I mean, that was... Spear couldn't do anything with that. Did a nice job just to almost corral it. Good spot for Andy now. Iowa had this in the first inning and couldn't get the runner in.
2-1, Nelson shows the bunt. He pulls it back as the pitch stays high. 3-1 now. Top of the order's on deck too, John. Iowa trails 1-0. And a quick game so far. We're already in the third. 35 minutes into the game. 3-1. Andy popped up right side and fouling out of play. Nelson will get another crack at it.
Gable Mitchell made an out in this situation in the first inning, but he made a productive out. Reese Moore then was not able to make a productive out after, so you just want Andy to do a job here.
Full count pitch with Swales at second. Here it comes. Andy fouled it back to the screen. Good battle. It's a tough pitch to lay off. It's a really even tougher pitch to draw contact on. Thankfully, Andy did high like that.
Well, so now think about what we heard in the scouting report. What's he trying to do? Raise your eye line with a fastball. Then what's he trying to do? He's going to throw the curveball in the same tunnel and get you to chase and miss.
Heads up, Andy. 3-2. Nelson fouled it back. I like what Andy is doing here. He's actually moved up in the box. Maybe take away some of that break from the curveball.
Yeah, give himself an opportunity. That was a fastball again.
Barr set with the 3-2.
Just going to say choked up a bit.
The pitch. Andy grounded it foul over to the left. There was the curveball.
He fought the curveball off too, so great job from Andy here on 3 straight pitches.
Veteran approach here from Nelson. He find a way on. Iowa down by 1 in the third. Couple hits for both teams. Barr set with another payoff pitch. He brings it home. Fouled it back. We'll do it again.
Barr, 3 good elevated fastballs, 1 good breaking ball on in this spot.
Swales with a good lead at second. The 3-2. Andy popped up shallow right side. First baseman Ibarra is over. He dropped it in foul ground. Oh my goodness. He had that like nothing, but he dropped it.
He was worried about Swales. He was already trying to pivot and get the move to go forward. Hits him right in the mitt, drops out. Now you got to make that hurt.
Find a way here, Andy. Nelson takes a moment outside of the box. New life. Andy's drawn 12 walks this season. That wouldn't be the worst thing either. Swales out there at second base after reaching on a leadoff single. Barr ready with another 3-2. He brings it home to Nelson. Lined right back to Barr, who dropped it. It's off his glove to the second baseman who's there. Voigt picks it up and throws out Nelson at first. Swales gets to third base on the advancement.
Well, that's the thing. You think, okay, Michigan still got the out. It didn't hurt them. It absolutely hurt them because now Swales is 90 feet away when he should have still been standing on second base.
We've seen a lot of comebackers hit by Iowa this weekend. And they're doing exactly what Coach Sutherland talked about in the scout. yesterday and today. Be on time with the fastball. Be on time and shoot it right back up the middle. Nelson about took Barr's glove off. Nelson's out at first base, and Swales is at third. Here's Ben Wilmus. He takes a first pitch strike. Infield in for Michigan. Iowa trying to tie it here in the third.
That was an 11-pitch at-bat. So you take a guy that's thrown 20-some pitches, 20-ish pitches to start.
0-1, Wilmus takes upstairs.
And you go 11 pitches. Swales had a good at-bat. You've almost doubled his pitch count here already, which is just 1 out.
Yeah, he threw 11 in the first inning.
Yeah.
And 11 pitch at bat there for Nelson, setting up Iowa now to tie it up. The 1-1. Ben hits high to left field. Turner is backing up right in front of the track. In left, he makes the catch. Swales tagging. He will score with ease. We're tied at 1 on the sacrifice fly from Ben Wilmus.
Well, that error really does come back to hurt. When you think about that, Ben just got under the fastball a bit, but does a job. Hawks are on the board.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Nothing wrong with the fly ball there. 1-1 in the third. 2 outs now for Gable Mitchell. Let's take one, Gable. He does. It's a called strike. Barr's up over 40 pitches now, out of nowhere.
Right. I mean, you had 20 coming into the inning, and you've doubled him up, and so I mean, huge to help chase him. You scored. You kind of got him maybe a little flustered. He doesn't look terribly flustered. He still looks pretty confident,
but he's certainly not in the rhythm that he was in the first 2 innings when he shut us down pretty good.
Correct. I mean, Swales had a good 6-pitch at bat. Andy had a 11-pitch at bat, so just kind of need to build on that now.
Mitchell hits this high and deep to left. Turner drifting back. He's in front of the track near the corner, though, and he catches it for the third out. Mitchell flies out. Iowa has tied the game up on a sacrifice fly from Ben Wilmus. It's 1-1. We're back for the bottom of the third after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. That includes the fuel in our vehicles. So when you fill up, pump it up with unleaded 88 and support Iowa's corn farmers.
Bottom of the third inning, Iowa 1, Michigan 1. As the Hawkeyes have just tied it up, let's hold the Wolverines here, 9-1-2. Pace, Casillas, and Jeffress.
Some good games early in the Big Ten. Maryland and Indiana 1-1, top of the second. Boy, Indiana came back 5 in the 8th inning, 1 in the 9th to win that game last night.
Yeah, that was something else.
Purdue, Penn State tied at 4 in the early going. Nebraska with a touchdown in the first 2 innings, 7-0 after Northwestern. Northwestern must be going with the pitch-off theory today.
Yeah, Gabe Swanson grand slam for Nebraska. Greg Pace to lead off the third for the Wolverines. Fastball snapped upstairs for ball 1. Pace, the starting center fielder for Michigan, stands in from the right side. Savary deals the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Michigan in all-white uniforms today with blue pinstripes. Michigan spelled out in blue cursive across the chest. Iowa with black tops. Gold block lettering spelling out Iowa across the chest with gold numerals on the front left hip. Gold numbers on the back, gold lettering of the last names. Gray pants for Iowa in the field with the gold cleats. Gold caps, black bill, black block I on the front panel. 2 balls and a strike. Savary deals to Pace. Check swing, he went around. It's 2-2.
Great job from Aaron there. That's exactly what we've been talking about. Get that fastball inside. Make them respect the fact that you'll throw it in there. Set up now your sweeper away and get the strikeout.
Aaron's ready. He winds and fires. Outside, couldn't get him to chase the slider. And the count's now full. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Savary with the strikeout. Did much better to bring it in on the edge. Went with the sweeper away from Pace, but it probably would have been a called third strike anyway.
Yeah, based on the strike zone we've seen today, certainly would have had the opportunity for the punch out there. Trust your stuff.
One time through the order for Savary, he's got 4 strikeouts. Back to the top with Casillas. He takes a first pitch strike from Aaron. Low outside corner with the fastball. That's a good spot. Casillas only saw 1 pitch from Savary his first time up. He grounded out. The 0-1 pitch is lined over Gable Mitchell's head and into left field. Casillas has his first hit of the series. Iowa snapped his 17-game hitting streak yesterday.
Yeah, you're probably going to have a hard time keeping him at 0 hits for the series. So good job there. Just get back on target here. Maybe get a double play ball.
1 away for Jeffress, who flied out to Wilmison left back in the first inning. Short lead from Casillas at first base. First pitch of the at-bat is a called strike. Aaron's done a nice job throwing that first pitch strike.
Yeah, he's been able to get on top. Be a little more efficient in finishing up at bats so he can get longer.
Approaching 45 pitches in this outing as we're in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, 15 pitches an inning doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a real long outing.
Savary's 1-1 is chopped weakly to the right side. Guerin fields it. He'll take it to the bag himself. That's the only play there for Iowa as Casillas gets to second. All right, 2 down for Mitch Voigt, who hit the solo home run for the Wolverines back in the first inning. On a pitch that was on the inside part of the strike zone. We'll see if Iowa adapts and changes here. Well, we're not going to find out. Intentionally walking Mitch Voigt.
I don't hate it.
Me neither. I'm all right with it.
Considering what couldn't get him out the last 3 times yesterday and didn't start exceptionally well today. So in this spot right now, he got a chance to, instead of pitching around him and having Aaron waste 4 pitches and, you know, risk a wild pitch or whatever, you just, hey, look, let's just do this and trust Aaron to execute on Ybarra.
Incredible amount of respect for Mitch Voigt. Just no doubt about that. Here's Ybarra from the left side. Savary struck him out in the first. First and second for the Wolverines and 2 outs. First pitch from Aaron. Strike 1. One to one, bottom of the third inning. Nice Saturday afternoon in eastern Michigan. There's the 0-1 pitch. Grounded to the right side. Guerin waits for it. Blake fields it. He'll take it to first base, and that'll do it for the third. So the intentional walk pays off. Smart move by the Hawks. And we'll go to the fourth, tied at 1. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Another great harvest thanks to Pioneer brand corn. just a few questions.
Who are you?
Kim Colonel, Ag Sports News. I've been chasing your combine for a while. How does it feel getting 10 more bushels per acre over last season?
It feels great. Couldn't have done it without Pioneer. It's America's #1 corn brand.
And there you have it, folks. Live from the field.
Who are you talking to?
Pioneer. Your best year starts here. Learn more at pioneer.com/bestyet.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
Premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. As we head to the top of the fourth, tied at 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
John Evans and John Leo with you from Ann Arbor this weekend, bringing you radio coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball. Iowa won yesterday's opener 6-5 in a thriller. We're off and running Saturday afternoon in the shadow of the big house, and it's 1-1 in the fourth. Here's Reese Moore swinging at the first pitch, driving it deep to left. Turner turns back, and it is off the brick wall. Ricochets back into play. Moore will have a double to lead off the fourth, opposite field.
Didn't hit it that well, but poked it off nicely off the wall. And it really wouldn't have mattered. It was going to be a double either way, but poorly played off the wall there from a guy that you would assume had balls hit off that wall, as he got right up tight to the wall. And so then, of course, when it hits up off the wall, then he's got to chase it. And so Iowa, again, runner on second base, nobody out to start off an inning.
Third time that's been the case today for the Hawks.
It's only worked out well once, though.
Right. Here's Miles Risley. He shows a bunt. Bunts it down the third base line, but it goes foul. Trying to set it up for Dan Rogers and Blake Guerin by moving Moore over another bag. How do you feel, John? You like Risley to swing it away?
Well, you know, we've talked about how he's such a pull hitter, and so then that's going to make it a little more difficult for him to have if he makes an out, it's far more difficult to be a productive out if it pulls. So I don't hate it.
Counts 0-1. Next pitch to Risley. Miles takes it eye level. No sign of a bunt there. 1-1.
We also saw him lay down a great bunt against Nebraska that turned into a base hit. So with his speed, opportunity to maybe double dip on that, not only get the sacrifice, but find a way on.
Caruso in front of the bag at third for Michigan. The 1-1, way low and out. Ball 2.
Probably more importantly, I like this part of it. Reese swings at the first pitch. Miles bunted the first pitch. Now let's get him into a count a little bit here and move through an at-bat.
Two balls and a strike on Risley. The pitch. Miles hits on the ground left side. Shortstop fields it. Throw on the run is off the bag. Risley beat it out. And then Moore slides into third on the backside. The throw from Casillas was offline. He threw it on the run. Ibarra could not apply the tag as Risley sped on by.
That'll be tight. I don't know if that'll go as a hit or an error. I mean, he's out with a good throw, but again, it's not a routine play. It's not supposed to be an error on a difficult play, and of course, it's rolled up there as an error right off the bat. So
E6 throwing error on Casillas is the official call. And Iowa's in business now in the fourth. First and third, nobody out for Dan Rogers. We call him Double Dan. He had a couple of them yesterday. Big gap in right center. First pitch to D-Raj is a strike. Leave that one. Take it all day. The breaker that stays up, that's double trouble, and not in a good way.
Well, it could be. You catch a hanging breaking ball. It's kind of what you're hunting for. But if you're not, first pitch, I'm perfectly fine with just letting it go. Find something you like here later in the at-bat.
Barr set with the 0-1. He delivers, and that's above the eyes. 1-1. Iowa threatening after a double and an error. Free base awarded. Something that Michigan usually gives out a few of, and man, this weekend they have been very tight. Haven't given Iowa very much. Rogers shows the bunt, drops it down the third base side. Reese Moore comes home, he'll score. Throw to first is in time to get Rogers, but Moore comes down to score. The Hawks lead it 2-1.
What a safety squeeze there from D-Raj. Holy cow, was that good.
I didn't know he had that in him.
That's a good pitch, too. Fastball low in the zone. He puts a good bunt down, catches Michigan off guard. And now you've got another runner in scoring position with Risley out at second, just one away. Now, if you're Blake, you got to understand how they attacked you the first time and what your scouting report probably says.
Yep. 2-1 Iowa in the fourth. Hawks have scored the last 2 runs. And here's Blake Guerin with a runner at second. First pitch to Blake. Check swing. He did not go. Boy, that was close.
Oh, yeah, I thought he did. I thought the home plate umpire rung him up. Instead, he was asking. And I thought, this is interesting. He says no. He says yes, but he said no.
We're in the clear. It's a ball. Risley at second base, the 1-0. Blake took it for a strike, 1-1.
See, this is where you want to see Blake have a solid plan. Understand what they're going to do to you so that you're not just kind of constantly guessing on what's coming.
Don't you think spin the rest of the way here?
Yes.
The 1-1 from Barr. Dropped it low and in.
And, of course, he throws a fastball.
Shows how much I know.
But that's, and that's the chess match. That's Barr doing a nice job. And so whatever Blake's approach is, whether it's fastball timing and fighting off the breaking stuff or vice versa.
Pickoff moved to second. Risley was all over it. He gets back.
Umpire Lothian about took that in the ear hole there.
Yeah, that was close. He's in a tough spot. Barr back on the rubber. 2 balls and a strike on Guerin, the powerful right-handed hitter. He pitches. Blake lines into center field. Risley stopped, and now he'll go to third. Runners at the corners for Iowa. Tough break there for Risley and the Hawks.
Yeah, a little bit of a mental error from Miles, and I understand when you have a 102-mile-an-hour line drive coming at your head, but you got to know where the shortstop is. And he ends up, after the ball cleared him, he went back to the bag, not realizing that Casillas was all the way over in the hole. He had no chance to make that play. Maybe just kind of lost track of where the second baseman was versus where the shortstop was. I don't mind being a little extra cautious in that point. But Hawks with runners on the corners, just one out.
And it had been odd there for Michigan in the middle infield. They were playing some games behind Risley a couple pitches before, so I can understand why maybe he didn't totally have a grasp on where the shortstop was.
And he's probably not scoring anyway, based on how hard the ball was hit and the fact that it did send him to the ground. It wasn't like he had a great running start. So at that point, making sure that you weren't going to get doubled off and then just get to third is very reasonable solution.
Mound visit for Michigan. Feels like there's some blood in the water here for Iowa. Up 2-1, runners at the corners and 1 out for Cooper Schulte.
Well, and you're starting to show, hey, okay, we can get to Barr a little bit. We can do this.
He's almost at 60 pitches too, John.
Yeah, he was outstanding in his last start against Mount St. Mary's. 8 innings, 5 hits, just 1 run. But against Oregon, again, he too had a little bit of trouble. 4 1/3, 6 runs on 7 hits. So you've got an opportunity there. Then he was great against Penn State. So he's kind of been a little bit of an every other guy. And this is, fortunately for Iowa, the one that maybe is his other where you can get to him.
First and third for Cooper Schulte and 1 out. First pitch to Coop is high. Curveball stayed upstairs. Iowa has taken the lead. It's 2-1 in the fourth.
Put the big inning up here.
1-0 pitch. Cooper lines up the middle and through into right center field. Risley scores. Guerin headed for third. He's there. And now Schulte gets to second on the backside. Heads up play by Schulte.
That is 108 off the bat. If you heard the crowd mic, there was a giant ooh as that ball just went ripping up the middle, and then a heads-up play, really a kind of a lousy throw to try to go to third and get Guerin when you'd ranged into the right center field gap. Split the runners with one out, give yourself an opportunity at a double play, and instead Iowa 2 more runners in scoring position after the RBI single from Schulte.
Heck of an opportunity now for the Hawks. It's 3-1 in the fourth. 1 out for Swales. Infield in for Michigan. Ben takes in the dirt, ball 1.
Again, surprised the middle infielders are in. You get a bouncer past somebody, and now you're going to score 2 instead of just 1.
Swales singled to start the third after a lengthy at bat. Barr offers the 1-0. It's way outside, ball 2. I've noticed here Barr is in the stretch, where earlier today, even with the runner at third, was in the windup. So he's altering his mode of delivery a bit here. 2-0, hitters count for Swales. The pitch to Ben. Low, ball 3.
And Barr is the guy. There is nobody in the Michigan bullpen. So it is all on Kurt Barr to figure his way out of this right now.
3 balls, no strikes. Red light here, Ben. The pitch. Low outside corner, 3-1.
Oof.
Even if he had the green light, you don't want to swing at that.
There's nothing good there. Don't even mess with that.
Barr quickly back on the rubber, ready to pitch the 3-1 to Ben Swales. Here it comes. Ben takes it, outer edge, 3-2.
Perfectly content with that take as well. Now you're going to have to be a little expansive if you're Swales, but still keep a good zone. Make sure it's really release point with that breaking ball. If it's up high, it's got potential. If it's waist high, it doesn't.
Full count pitch to Swales. Chop to the right side. Voigt backhands. He comes home with it. Throw is low. Guerin's caught in a rundown. He's retreating back to third. Blake running back to third. He's out.
That's interference.
Blake's path back to third was a bit obstructed, and he was tagged out.
Blake should have actually probably made contact with him to get the call. I understand what he was doing as he gets a fist bump heading into the dugout. The other issue is Cooper Schulte's got to go to third.
I think that's what Coach Heller and Coach Sutherland are upset about. They're upset with Coop at second.
Yeah, I mean, Blake did his job. He stopped. He got into a rundown, and then Coop kind of let his big guy hang out to dry.
So it's up to Andy Nelson now with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Barr fired it in the dirt.
I guess the good news is we saw that thing blow up in a bad way in Florida. Ben Swales at least looked and didn't run over Coop.
Yeah. 1-0 pitch to Nelson. Andy takes firm fastball low outside corner, 1-1. Iowa still leads at 3-1. Bit of a funky play there.
Well, the good news is, I mean, Barr's middle 60s at this point, so you've made it where he's not going into the 8th or 9th inning at this point.
1-1 to Andy. Nelson hits on the ground, foul to third. Right, you've done some pitch count damage. There's no question about that.
That's a good play from Voigt. Backhand. Didn't make a good throw to the plate, but as the runner coming down, you've kind of got to make the decision on am I dead or not. And Blake was certainly dead.
Yep. 1-2, outside.
Turns out he might have gotten away with it, and I'm going to have to ask so it feels like the third baseman was standing in the baseline, which Blake wasn't getting back, but it impedes his path.
Yeah, as he turns, he's met by somebody before the bag. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Nelson. Andy takes a high third strike call. Curveball dropped in. 2 runs for Iowa. The Hawkeyes have the lead. It's 3-1. We're back for the bottom of the fourth after this. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
I'm Nick Jackson. I play linebacker here at the University of Iowa. On the field, I stop the run, I make the tackle, I drop in coverage.
3rd down 11. Straight back to pass to Sullivan. He's running for his life. Down he goes. does. That's a loss of another 6. Nick Jackson.
Off the field, I help my body's defense by choosing vaccines that are right for me. Ask your doctor or healthcare provider which vaccines are right for you.
A message from Iowa HHS.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first and scrolling later. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Colby Turner, Cole Caruso, Jonathan Kim due up for the Wolverines. Iowa leads it 3-1 in a crucial game where the Hawkeyes can clinch the series in Game 2. Iowa scored the last 3 after Michigan scored in the first inning.
Maryland back out on top 6-1 again. Seen this play before, though.
Danger territory for them,
yeah,
even
exactly.
up by that much.
Scored 6 runs in the second inning. They lead Indiana 6-1.
It's an important to note, sorry to jump in, but important to note there that Maryland, who's struggling this year, is giving Indiana all they can handle. We'll see Indiana next weekend.
Yeah, and the reason we care so much about it, Indiana sits at 11-8. It'd be nice to just create some extra separation.
First pitch strike from Sav to Colby Turner.
Penn State gets another couple. They lead Purdue now 6-4. As Purdue was trying to help out Iowa a little bit. Penn State's bounced back.
0-1 is shot into center. Risley comes forward a few steps. Miles has it. 1 away.
Northwestern on the board at Nebraska, but they've got a long hill to climb after their. It was never a comeback win. They never fell behind. They had the lead. Nebraska tied it up with the home run in the 8th, and then Northwestern gets 2 in the top of the 9th, held on in the bottom to win.
Incredible. But they're getting beat today pretty good, huh?
Nebraska needs some wins to get into the Big Ten tournament.
Caruso sends this into center. Risley underneath it again, and he makes the catch for the second out. 2 quick outs for Savary. Yeah, the Huskers are in a bit of trouble, aren't they?
Really are. I mean, you kind of expect there's enough talent there that you expect them to ride it around and get going, but they sit tied for 14th right now.
That's out.
That is out. That's a game out of they're chasing Rutgers and Minnesota at this point, who are tied for the 12th spot. So only one of those teams is getting in.
Timeout called by Michigan offensively here.
Well, I think because of how quickly the inning had gone, this is just hey, make him sit there and ponder life for a minute. Because Jonathan Kim has an exceptionally high swing rate. And my guess is he's getting told right now, don't you do it.
Don't you dare.
I know what you want to do. Don't do it.
Can we break this one up? Yeah, let's do it. I think Aaron's thrown, 3 pitches?
Yes. And
don't you have a sign for that? Like, bill the hat to the pant leg to the elbow, that means take?
Yeah, the old everything else. But you got to waste more time with this. You just flash him the take sign, and that doesn't take very long. You get this. You get to ice Aaron a little bit.
All right, we're ready for play now. Savary's first pitch to Kim is hit on the ground through into left field for a base hit.
I'm not going to lie. I am amazed he swung at that pitch.
Schulte gave great effort, but it was right in between him and Mitchell. And to strengthen your point, John, because I agree, and that pitch was not a strike.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a strike, and it was actually, though, it was kind of the ball that he ended up doubling off the wall. Other than Aaron missed up with that one, so he was able to elevate it. But I mean, Aaron's still just thrown 4 pitches. He gets in the zone here with Spear. And
it's 2 outs. Good inning so far for Savary. First pitch strike. That's where it's all started for Aaron today.
Yeah, he's been able to kind of catch the edges. Hasn't had to get into the center of the plate a ton. 70% strikes so far.
Very good. Spear, the batter, standing in from the left side. Pickoff move over to first to keep Kim around. Iowa leads at 3-1, bottom 4.
Kim 5 of 6 in stolen bases. And really kind of limited time, too, so good running threat. Doesn't have a huge lead, though.
0-1 pitch, just off the edge, away from Spear, the left-handed hitter. Iowa has the top of the order due up in the 5th when we get there. Hawks currently lead 3-1.
Let's get there sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm. Another pickoff move over to first. 4 hits today for Michigan. They've left 3 on. Savary just over 50 pitches this afternoon. We are in the 4th. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Beauty of a changeup from Savary. He can live at the bottom of the zone all day with that.
Yeah, that was probably more middle of the plate than he was hunting, but the location allows it to become a very good pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Savary comes set. From the belt, he fires. Grounded foul to the Iowa dugout to the right. We'll do it again.
Went even lower with that one. Got Spear to chase, but was able to make contact.
You throw it again?
Probably.
I think either that or fastball out would be okay. Savary's 1-2. Fastball off the edge, too far out. Spear didn't go after it. Counts even at 2 now. Short lead at first base from Kim. Aaron's ready. And he'll throw it over. A balk on Savary. Coach Heller's going to come out of the dugout and ask for some questioning. And he gets an answer that is satisfactory. Coach Kenny is wondering the same thing. All right, we've kind of fooled around a little bit now. Let's go get this guy.
Yeah, that's the, boy, I hate with the 2 strikes messing around.
Two balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Savary pitches. Swing and a miss. Savary strikes him out. All right.
All's well that ends well.
That's right. We're through 4 in Ann Arbor. 3-1, Iowa with the lead. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Moving right along into the top of the 5th inning. Iowa 3, Michigan 1 from Ray Fisher Stadium, the campus of the University of Michigan. John Evans and John Leo with you this weekend. Top of the order, Ben Wilmus, Gable Mitchell, and Reese Moore will face Kurt Barr. Barr has thrown 68 pitches. Iowa's starting to get to him a bit. He's thrown 4 innings, given up 5 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned. A couple of errors from Michigan haven't helped him out any. 3 strikeouts for Barr today, but Iowa's got some extra base hits on him. Sent 7 batters to the plate in the 4th.
Now Barr's line just has 1 earned run of the 3, although I'm still questioning the error on Casillas a little bit. But the one that really hurt him was the drop pop-up that Iowa just kind of stole that first run.
Wilmus takes low and outside to start the 5th inning. This will be pitch number 70 for Kurt Barr.
Yeah, I think here, again, talk a little bit about just some patience here from Iowa hitters. Finally got some guys jogging around in the Michigan bullpen, but still nobody throwing. So Barr's getting, this is still all going to be on Kurt Barr.
Ball and a strike on Wilmus, who's 1 for 2 today. Next pitch is chopped to third. Caruso's got it on 1 hop. He throws it over to retire Wilmus.
Actually, a sacrifice fly didn't hurt him. So
oh, that's right.
Now he's 1 for 2 today. You foreshadowed him.
Yes. Should have gone a different route if I had that much power.
I think you're about to foreshadow Gable Mitchell here.
Now's my shot to do it, right? 37 games in a row that Gable's been on base. He's 0 for 2 today. Now would be a good time. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Every game this year for Gable. +1 last year.
Ah, good. We got the shattered glass sound effect.
There's your
check mark.
Check in the box. 0-1 on Mitchell. Here's the pitch. Gable takes it for a strike. Good changeup.
Gable won't be sad to see Kurt leave. He hasn't hit him as solidly as he's hit some other fellas this year.
Out of the windup, Barr pitches, and it's in the dirt. Gable had a read on that the whole way. Ground out and a fly out for Gable. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Mitchell strikes out, and that's Gable's first strikeout since March 21st. 16 games.
Yeah, he's an incredibly difficult hitter to strike out.
I've been sitting on that stat for a while, too, once it got to be a super stat to keep track of. Reese Moore in the box, takes low and in, ball 1.
This has been a great bounce back inning for Barr so far. See if Iowa can extend the inning and just create a bit more issue here for him.
1-0 to Reese. He's out in front of the off speed, 1-1.
The thing I've been impressed with Barr so far is just the mix of pitches. It just hasn't been this is the one you watch out for. He's kind of mixed them all in there. I mean, I guess he was, third team Big Ten, all Big Ten last year.
Throws another breaker to Moore, and he missed it, 1-2.
3.41 ERA last year in 89 innings. So there's certainly enough arm talent there and competitiveness, that grit we talk about.
Moore swings and misses, had a pitch in the dirt, and he's retired as they throw it down to first. 1-2-3 inning for Barr and the Wolverines. 3-1 Iowa. We're back for the bottom of the 5th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever. Oh my goodness.
Visit U.S. Cellular in-store or online and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. U.S. Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bent grass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Join the Swarm and team up with Iowa athletes to support local charities. Make a difference today. Visit iowaswarm.com to learn more.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Iowa 3, Michigan 1. Aaron Savary out for another inning of work. He'll face 9-1-2. Pace, Casillas, and Jeffress.
Big spot here for Aaron. As Kurt Barr settled in nicely there in the top of the 5th inning. See if Aaron can match that. Pace Jr. struck out in the 3rd. Batting .275 on the season. Right-handed center fielder for the Wolverines. Aaron climbs up, goes into the windup and deals. Breaking ball right back up the box. Swales backhand, fires it over to first. Not in time. Oh, that will get challenged and that will get overturned. If I had to guess. As it certainly looked like Pace was plenty on time. The ball just never really got to Swales. Took a long time there up the middle. As Pace takes the off-speed pitch that was just off the edge of the plate. And we'll see as the umpires head over to the monitor just outside of the third base dugout. Pace hustles down the line. That view's not going to tell us. And obviously what the umpires see in the DV Sport cameras is well different than what we see with the Big Ten Plus cameras. Headsets are coming off, which I don't view as a good sign that they're coming off so quickly. Pace, good speed. We'll see if the Wolverines can get the leadoff hitter on base. Be the first time all game they've been able to do that. And I'm going to be surprised if they call him out. They do, though. Wow. Pace can't believe it. And one away here in the 5th inning. Top of the order for Michigan now. Casillas 1 for 2. Solid single into left field in his last at bat. First pitch from Savary. Outside, ball 1. Yeah, that only goes to show how I am terrible at the reviews. As that was up here, I thought Pace was safe. Good breaking ball for a strike from Savary to even the count 1-1. Again, it's just so hard to tell what they get for replays if they've got an opportunity to turn it over. 1-1. Breaking ball, or a fastball up and in, just kind of ran it arm side. 2-1. Sav deals to Casillas. Popped out into right field. Nelson ranges over. He's under it. Makes the catch. 2 away. Braden Jeffress up now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. left-handed hitting right fielder. Does hit .310 on the year. Fairly limited at-bats, just 58 at-bats so far. First pitch. Breaking ball doesn't quite make it back to the outside corner, 1-0. Sav jumps back on the bump quickly and deals. Fastball misses just high. Ish, perhaps, maybe. Two balls and no strikes. The 2-0 from Savary. Squares to bunt, pushes it foul. Boy, bails Savary out there. That was ball 3 on a pitch outside. If you're going to try to bunt your way on, you might as well take that for ball 3 and be a pitch away anyway. As it is now, 2 balls and a strike. Savary back at a reasonable spot here in the count. This is where he was with Casillas when he got him to fly out. 2-1. Squares to bunt again, takes that one for a breaking ball strike. 2-2. We have had a generous strike zone today. The 2-2 from Savary. Fouled out of play. That would sound like the symbol, though. That one might not have been glass. Savary up, ready quickly. 2-2. Grounded foul down the first base line. Might as well try it again. Good at bat here from Jeffress. Savary up quickly. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down swinging on a ball in the dirt. Rogers applies the tag. And we're through 5. Hawks lead 3-1 after the Savary strikeout. We'll be back. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Hey, Hawkeye fans, today we're talking about a little different black and gold than what you might think. Get your all-new Pac-Man scratch ticket today from the Iowa Lottery. It's available at your favorite Iowa Lottery retailer, and that's not all. With the Pac-Man Second Chance promotion, you could be waka waka winning $15,000 or even $25,000, plus your very own Pac-Man arcade. Enter today and find details at ialottery.com.
All right, Miles Risley, Dan Rogers, Blake Guerin coming to the plate for Iowa. In the top of the 6th inning, the Hawkeyes lead Michigan 3-1. And Kurt Barr still pitching for the Wolverines. How about we make this his last inning?
Well, I was just looking. He threw 111 pitches against Penn State.
Okay.
Threw 100 in his last outing against Mount St. Mary's, 98 against USC. And part of that is when you kind of have a rubber arm and you depend on the off speed more than the jolting fastball, you can get away with that a little bit.
That was pitch number 80 from Barr.
Yeah, so he might have 2 innings left if you map it out that way.
Risley the batter, a 1-0 count on him. Next pitch from Barr. Miles takes inside, ball 2. So far, so good. Risley patient, hasn't seen anything that he wants to take a swing at yet.
I wouldn't mind a little continued patience here on the 2-0 pitch.
Here it comes. Miles took it for a strike right at the bottom of the zone. It's a good take, 2-1.
Yeah, that's a well-located fastball there for being behind 2-0. Spotted up right at the knees. It is middle of the plate, which you probably don't love if you're Barr, but location and timing.
Changeup that drifted low and in on the shins of Risley, ball 3. Miles 0 for 2 today, reached on an error in the 4th. That kind of 50-50 coin flip error. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch, Miles hits on the ground to third. Slow roller that Caruso picks up and throws across the diamond for the first out of the inning. Tough break.
Yeah, and that's the fastball he wanted. It middle in and just couldn't get the barrel to it.
Here's Dan Rogers with 1 out. Rogers 0 for 1 today with a sac bunt that brought home a run.
He had shown bunt a couple times this year on the shift, and so clearly there was a little I can do this sort of thing in him, and coaching staff definitely trusted that in that situation.
Rogers does everything well. 0-1's in the dirt, 1-1. Very steady.
Yeah, and kind of what you'd expect from, I know the response is, oh, yeah, okay, so he's D3, so who cares? But, he's a guy that's been around the block, and he could hit. And so he's been just a fantastic dude to get to know and be around here. And
takes off speed, outer edge, 1-2 now.
And he's just been, kind of that willing to learn and move and keep getting better.
Barr out of the windup, deals the 1-2. Rogers took it for strike 3. Up and in, but in the zone, 2 down.
Yeah, just a really good off-speed pitch there, and that's kind of the cap tip you do. You're like, okay, man, that was tough. I wasn't quite ready for that one.
2 outs for Blake Guerin. Iowa leading 3-1 in the 6th. Like to get back on that horse offensively.
After Barr decided to not trust his defense anymore and just went to striking out everybody, it's worked out well for him.
Yeah, he's got 3 strikeouts in the last inning and 2/3. After a couple times through the order, only had 2 strikeouts. He's up to 6 now. 0-1 to Guerin is a called strike. Way out, man. But we've seen it called today. Now with 2 strikes, you got to protect.
I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to say Blake Guerin's 6'6", and he might have had a hard time reaching it.
That paints the picture pretty well. 0-2. Check swing. Blake went. Guerin strikes out to end the top of the 6th. And Barr stays in the game. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning. Iowa still leading 3-1. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Not all internet is created equal. It's a lot like choosing a quarterback. Technically, you could sign up any new rookie provider on the block, but the success of every device in your home depends on it. Will they perform in the clutch, or will they buffer under pressure? Extreme provides the speed you need with a 100% gigabit technology network and amplified Wi-Fi. And unlike signing a quarterback, Extreme Internet requires no contracts. There's only one pick to lead your team. It's Extreme, powered by Mediacom.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll's conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more.
Iowa 3, Michigan 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Aaron Savory returning to the mound. He'll face a good portion of the Wolverine order, led off by Mitch Voigt, who's responsible for the only Michigan run today, a solo home run back in the first. And so it'll be Voigt, Ibarra, and Turner. If anybody gets on, Caruso will come to the plate. Voigt was intentionally walked his last time up. And as I mentioned, hit a home run in the first. Savory pitching to him here. And Voigt popped it up to shallow right. Nelson sprinting forward. Andy still running. Swales moving back. It's Swales who makes the catch as he was drifting back into right field. That's a big first out.
Boy, that ball was absolutely in the Bermuda Triangle of nothing. Blake Guerin slid out of the way as he was the guy likely to do the most damage in a collision.
Right.
But Swales makes a nice running over-the-shoulder catch as he was playing Voigt to pull. And a good one pitch, one out for Savory.
Flipped over to the left side for Ibarra. First pitch strike from Aaron.
Maryland trying to make sure that they can't get walked off today. 11-1, top of the third over Indiana.
Hold that thought for a moment here as Savory deals the 0-1. That's a called strike. Beautiful backdoor breaker. 0-2. Indiana's pitching must be suspect. And I don't want to jinx it. I'm not foreshadowing to next weekend, but I'm just saying. I mean, Maryland is not as good this year.
No, 4-12 in conference, 17-22 overall.
And they've jumped all over Indiana. I mean, yesterday they still scored, was it 6 runs?
6 runs and got them early. So you figure they got them off the starter, didn't chase the bullpen or anything, and obviously 6 in the second and 5 in the third here so far. Still batting in the third.
1-2 pitch is a called third strike. Backdoor breaking ball, didn't even knock and came right in for the third strike.
Nicely done from Sav.
Aaron's up to 7 strikeouts now. Career high is 10 for Savory. Currently sitting at 72 pitches, bottom of the 6th.
Minnesota with an early run against Rutgers. They lead 1-0.
Savory pitching to Turner, fastball high.
Nebraska 11-3 over Northwestern. Penn State 10-4 over Purdue.
Huskers and Wildcats playing a doubleheader today, huh?
Looks like it, yeah.
Firm fastball called a strike at the bottom of the zone. One thing we haven't mentioned as much, yesterday UCLA lost to Oregon, and so that puts Iowa in the clear at the top of the Big Ten. A game and a half up on the Bruins.
The Bruins are a series behind Iowa, and so Iowa is now 3 wins ahead of them, tied in the loss column and 3 wins ahead. So in a great position from that perspective.
2 balls and a strike on Turner. Right-hander versus right-hander. The pitch from Savory. High fly ball to left, but shallow. Wilmus coming forward, looking up into the cloudy skies. Ben has it for the third out. 2 pop-ups and a strikeout for Savory. He's dealing. We're through 6. 3-1 Iowa. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
FS Envision Seed Corn and FS High Soy Soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and High Soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Brown Deer Golf Club in Coralville, featuring Bunkers Bar and Grill. Enjoy a great Bunkers menu with burgers, salads, chicken and wraps, and Gimme's Pizza and Wings, a new pop-up menu at Bunkers that's all about savory pizza and mouth-watering wings. To-go orders are welcome, as are you and your family at Brown Deer Golf in Coralville.
Top of the 7th, Iowa 3, Michigan 1. There has not been any scoring since the 4th inning. Iowa's gone down 1-2-3 in consecutive innings, so let's start with that. Let's change that tune. Cooper Schulte, Ben Swales, and Andy Nelson are due up. Kurt Barr back to the mound for the Wolverines. Iowa hit him around a little bit in the 3rd and the 4th, but he is settled back in.
Well, 8 straight after he got the ground ball and got the runner thrown out at the plate on the contact play. So 8 straight outs for Iowa now. So he's been very good. It was like that almost gave him a little reprieve with the out. He's been sharp.
Michigan still doesn't have anybody throwing in their bullpen. They have one body down there. They have a couple of maybe bullpen catchers, but somebody's stretching.
Yeah, Brandon Mann has been slinging a ball against a wall, and now he's working the legs a little bit. But
Schulte in the box. The 0-1 pitch to him. Cooper hits on the ground, foul past third.
So close. And that's the thing, is all of a sudden Barr's been just dominant in the zone again.
0-2's outside.
He's at 66% strike. Sav's at 68. Both pitchers filling it up. So just when you think, oh, I'm going to take a pitch and make him throw a couple, then you're down in the count and the guy's got 4 pitches he's coming at you with.
And 7 strikeouts for Barr, no walks.
How about 91 pitches and 11 of them were to Andy Nelson?
Right?
In one at bat.
Other than that, he has been efficient. So Iowa's drawn no walks today.
Minimal 3-ball counts.
And drew 1 walk yesterday on a team that walked about 7 per 9. Schulte offered at the 2-2, couldn't hold up. And he's down on strikes.
Barr has thrown an invisible changeup, and Iowa hitters have just not been able to identify it, especially here lately. And I think that's probably the worst part if you're an Iowa hitter is I'm not sure he's thrown 10 fastballs in this 8-batter streak, or 9-batter streak now, whatever he's on.
Ben Swales rips one into left field. A sliding stop by the left fielder, and so Swales will stop at first base with a 1-out single. It's a good play by Turner to prevent it from getting to the wall. Swales will give all of his equipment to the first base coach, Merrick Matthews, today. First base coach is typically Tyler Cropley. Coach Cropley had to head back to Iowa to tend to a family matter. And we're thinking of Coach Cropley and his family during this time. Thoughts and prayers to Crop. Trying to get it done for you today, Coach. 1 out for Andy Nelson. First pitch is high and out. Andy's 0 for 2 today. He's had lengthy at-bats. The 1-0. Andy popped up down the right field line. That's fouling out of play. 1-1.
That is now not Man playing catch in the Michigan bullpen. Can't tell exactly who it is yet. Haven't got a good read on. I need him to shift sideways a little more.
Tall right-hander.
Yeah, that's thought about going to the roster and just looking for somebody 6'4", 6'5". That's DeBeek again.
Yep. Saw him get warm yesterday. Next pitch is high and out, and Swales trying to take off for second. He is out, caught stealing. That was a pitch out from Barr. Even though it was 83 miles an hour, it was up and away, so at least it was in a good position for Spear. Was Swales a little late taking off there?
Oh, yeah, I don't know what that would have been. I mean, you're not throwing an 83-mile-an-hour pitch out. But, boy, does it work out well for that.
Pitch was so far high and out. If that was a hit and run, there was nothing Andy could do.
No.
Nelson takes one up and in, 3-1. Barr is up over 100 pitches now.
You'd like to think maybe this is it for him one way or the other. Would rather have chased him, but
3-1 pitch. Nelson sends on the ground up the middle. Casillas with a play in the hole. Throw to first in time. Tip your cap. Good play by Casillas. A single in the inning for Iowa, but nothing else after Swales is caught stealing. The Hawkeyes go down quietly again, this time in the 7th. Time to stretch things out. We're back for the bottom half after this. Iowa 3, Michigan 1. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com. Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Awards several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
Comprehensive coverage of college baseball. Tune to Sirius XM Big Ten Radio Channel 372 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team in conference, including live games plus interviews and analysis. So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/Big Ten Radio 2025. Is it really the all-new Sirius XM app anymore?
I don't think so. I think we've been reading that every year, haven't we, John?
It feels like it.
Bottom of the 7th. Iowa still holding on to its 3-1 lead. Savary out for another inning. He's thrown 6 innings, given up 4 hits, 1 earned. He struck out 7, walked 1. Of the 4 hits, 2 of them have been extra base hits, double and a home run. 76 pitches for Savary through 6 innings. And he'll face Caruso, Kim, and Spear. Iowa up by 2, bottom 7. Out of the windup, first pitch. That dropped in for a strike. 0-1 now on Caruso. Caruso 0 for 2 today with a deep fly ball to center. He's got a lot of power. Got to watch out for him. The 0-1. High and tight, 1-1. Jonathan Kim on deck, who's 2 for 2 today. 1-1 pitch from Savary. Swung on and missed, 1-2. He chased the spinner away. Savary struck out Caruso back in the 2nd inning, looking to do the same here. Out of the windup, Aaron delivers the 1-2. Lifted into right field. It's shallow. Swales sprinting over. 3 Hawkeyes are there. And it lands foul, out of play. Nelson crashed into the half wall. Looks like he's okay. Blake with a long run all the way back there. A lot of cardio for the Hawks. Count remains 1-2. Aaron's been trying to get the slider by Caruso. He's been pushing it away from the right-hander. Savary ready with another 1-2. Here it comes. A swinging bunt that's picked up by Rogers. So they called it foul. Rogers quickly hopped out of his stance. But Schultz, the home plate umpire, called it dead immediately.
And Rogers still asking questions of Are you sure? Why?
Caruso battling tough. Savary trying to get him. The 1-2. Line foul over to the right. So he's tried slider, he's tried fastball. Most of which on the outer part of the zone, trying to get him over there. Lengthy at bat. The 1-2. Drifted outside, couldn't get him to bite. 2-2.
Caruso's not exactly one of those guys that crowds the plate. But again, at this point in the game, you don't always try to go in, as we saw.
Yeah. 2-2, tapped foul over to the left.
He did actually throw the breaking ball in that time.
And I think that's a positive outcome for Savary. If you're not going to get the strikeout on the inner part like that, positive that he fouls it off, and now you kind of reset things. You can go anywhere.
Right. You at least set him up and know that, hey, there's a strike in there if you're not paying attention. So now maybe you can zip the fastball away.
2-2. Ripped foul to third.
That's the spinner up and in again, or in again.
Savary's throwing a lot of pitches here trying to get Caruso. Can he finally get him? Another 2-2. Popped up, straight back. Rogers gives it a look. It lands on the roof of the press box.
Who's ready?
We have not gotten one yet.
We're not going to get a high floater. We're going to need one of those that we're just going to have to be ready to catch.
It's going to be a heater, John.
It's going to have to be ready.
Intense battle brewing here. 2 balls, 2 strikes to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Savary's pitch, just high, ball 3. And now a full count to lead off the 7th inning, the bottom half. Savary out of the windup. He pitches. Popped foul again to the right. Holy cow.
Yeah, I'm going to have to count, and it might take me a while, so you'll have to be...
I'll fill the time.
Yeah, when it comes, when this at-bat ends and we get this full stat cast, because I think it's going to be 12, 13, 14.
3-2. Inside, Caruso draws the walk. Second walk issued by Savary. It leads off the bottom of the 7th.
He tried to go changeup in. I don't know, somewhere I was rooting for that. Rooting for one more spinner just off the plate. 2, 3, 4.
Jonathan Kim is up. He's 2 for 2 today with the double and a single.
That's a 13-pitch walk, as Sav all of a sudden is at 89 pitches.
Yeah, that leaves a mark. So Savary to the stretch now, facing Kim, who's been a good hitter for the Wolverines. First pitch from Savary. Grounded up the middle. Gable fields it. He steps on second, throw to first, and Guerin picks it out of the turf. A double play. Yes.
Well, and that's how you combat a 13-pitch at-bat. You get a guy free swinging, making soft contact. Gable Mitchell, great job to find the bag, stay on the bag, and turn the double play. And Blake Guerin, heck of a pick on the backhand side there. Shows why he doesn't get all the accolades, but he is a fantastic first baseman and a great scoop, and all of a sudden there's 2 outs here in the 7th.
Full stretch from Blake, and picked it on the short hop. Mitchell, that's an incredible play, who had to run past second to field it, and then had to keep his foot on the bag as he had already moved over to the second base side of it. Made the throw a little bit awkward. Spear is up now with 2 outs. Base is empty. 1-0 pitch is inside. It's 2-0.
Jonathan Kim has seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitches today. We think Gable Mitchell likes to swing.
He's their version of Gable.
He is their version of Gable. And he's been effective today. He's 2 for 3, but boy, that's a big spot.
2-0 is lined up the middle and past the outstretched glove of Gable Mitchell into center.
Boy, it was like Gable never saw that, because he was preparing to jump, but he wasn't preparing to jump in the right spot. Kind of like it froze him just a beat. I don't know if he could have gotten there, if he was able to take a step over or not, but he had some time to make a move.
Rogers will go out and talk with Savary. This is to get an Iowa arm even more warmed up. It's Chaz Wheatley throwing down there.
I would guess we'll see some combo of Chaz and Ben DeTay to try to finish off the game today. This was, we talked about it in the open. I mean, you said the key for Iowa to win, and I mentioned it needed to be, you needed to get something solid to really good from Sav to give yourself a strong opportunity, and Aaron has been really good. So
just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, love to see him now make one more good pitch.
Greg Pace is up with 2 outs, runner at first. Savary in the stretch, pitches, swing and a miss through the high heater. Pace is 0 for 2 today. No balls and a strike. Savary's pitch. Popped up right side. Swales long run into shallow right. Ben still moving. Swales caught it as he drifted towards the line. Let's go to the 8th. 3-1. Iowa with the lead. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Hi, this is Joe Mershman from Mershman Seeds. Substitutions cost you money. Why take their seconds when you can have our first choice? Here's Ben Pieper to tell you more about Mershman Power Core Enlist Corn.
After 3 years, we've never been more confident in the germplasm that's behind the Power Core Enlist trait system. And when we enhance those genetics with Mershman Seeds starting line corn seed treatments, you are off to the races with some of the highest yielding corn hybrids you can plant today.
Contact your local Mershman Seeds dealer and ask them about Power Core Enlist Corn. From Mershman Seeds, your friend in the field.
Top of the 8th inning, Iowa 3, Michigan 1. The Wolverines have brought in a new pitcher. We'll introduce him in a moment, but first let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. New pitcher in for Michigan is Max DeBeck, a junior right-hander. He comes in to relieve Kurt Barr.
You left out the 6'7" part.
I'll let you handle that.
Tall right-hander. He's 0-1 on the year with 3 saves, 19 innings, just 10 hits, 7 runs, 6 of those are earned. Has 15 walks and 18 strikeouts, so he's kind of an action guy. He'll try to get it done on his own. Fastball is going to be in the low 90s. He'll throw a curveball. He'll throw a changeup. So again, you're seeing a guy kind of with a traditional changeup or a traditional curveball. Doesn't throw it a lot for strikes, but as we've seen with Kurt Barr, he didn't throw it a ton for strikes either. And Iowa hitters expanded the zone a bit. So
made him strikes.
Yeah, he made him strikes. And so really important for Iowa pitching right now, or Iowa hitting right now, to try to hold the zone, make him come into the strike zone and get a fastball they can hit.
The day is done for Kurt Barr, who pitched 7 innings. 6 hits, 1 earned run, 3 runs total. No walks, 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, he added to his career resume against Iowa.
Ben Wilmus to lead off the 8th. First pitch way outside, got to the backstop. Some insurance would be good here, John. Iowa leads at 3-1 in the 8th.
I wouldn't argue that with you at all. Very comfortable with another run or 2 or 6.
Wilmus in the box for Iowa, 1 for 2 this afternoon. 1-0 pitch, and takes a strike high and in.
Nebraska entering run rule territory against Northwestern. It's 13-4. Nebraska has the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th inning with nobody out. So they might be 3 outs away. Side note, I hate how they call those walk-offs now.
Oh, those don't count. Swing and a miss by Wilmus. It's 1-2. It's like when people say striking out the side just because you get 3 strikeouts in an inning, even though you give up a hit or a walk or something.
Yeah, and Nebraska won't. I mean, I guess they could walk them off if they end up scoring in the bottom of the 7th. But walking off and scoring 14-4 is not the same.
I agree. 1-2 to Wilmus. Tapped foul past Coach Bo at third.
Sure, the game technically ends. It walks off, but you give me a moonshot walk-off home run that you win by 1, as opposed to that. It's just a different dynamic.
Yeah, it's very casual, very light in that situation. There's not much excitement for a 10-run walk-off. 1-2, Wilmus hits on the ground to third. Caruso picks it up and gets it over to first for out number 1. How about Maryland? I see they've added some more.
14-1, still batting in the top of the 3rd inning with 8 runs. They scored 6 in the top of the 2nd. They have 8 in the top of the 3rd.
Wow.
Indiana just called they'd like me to throw the top of the 4th.
If you leave now, you might get there before the run rule's in effect. 1 out for Gable Mitchell. First pitch to Gable, he fouled it back.
Ohio State out early on Michigan State, 4-2. Gonzaga and USC later. Nebraska Northwestern, 2nd game of the doubleheader. UCLA, Oregon in a big series for Iowa, and Illinois, Washington later on.
0-1 to Gable, low and in.
In the friendly confines of our hotel room by then.
Yes. Iowa and Michigan wrap up the series tomorrow at high noon Central Time. We'll be on the air at 11:30. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mitchell. Here's the pitch. Gable shows a bunt, pulled it back. It's 2-1 now. DeBeck in the game now for the Wolverines. Finally a different face, different arm that the Iowa hitters are seeing. 2 balls, 1 strike. With 1 out in the 8th, the bases are empty. The pitch to Gable, low and in, ball 3.
Yeah, DeBeck has some Savory mannerisms, a little fidgety as he comes set. Takes that, there's that 1, 2, 3, almost 4 replants of that front left foot.
3-1 count. Here's the pitch. It's low, ball 4.
The streak continues with an 8th inning walk.
Gable Mitchell on for the first time today. 38 games in a row now for Gable that he has reached base. I was starting to sweat, John. Because I already jinxed him. Because I talked this morning about his strikeout streak. So I'm going to take that hand in the air. I'm taking that. I jinxed him. I didn't bring it up officially on air, and I was worried about the on-base streak. It continues.
Got to get Sammy to do some research and find out what the record is, though. The Iowa record is, and now it may be somewhat difficult to find.
Don't you think 38's pretty close?
Oh, it has to be. I think I saw there was a 25-game hitting streak when I was reading through the, I call it the annual report, but media guide, thank you.
The annual report.
Can you tell I'm not really in the business?
What do you do for a day job, John?
I have
Goodness.
I have a day job that involves something different.
Reese Moore, the batter. First pitch, he lines to second. It hops in front of Voigt. This is double trouble. 4-6-3 double play. 3-1 is our score. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. After this is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Iowa baseball.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Iowa 3, Michigan 1, and the Hawkeyes will go to the bullpen for the 8th inning and bring in left-handed fifth-year Ben Dete from Clive.
0-3 with 2 saves and a 3.98 ERA. 14 appearances for Ben, 20 in the 3rd inning, 16 hits, 9 runs have all been earned. 13 walks, 31 strikeouts for BDT.
And he will face the top of the Michigan order.
Mow him down.
Crunch time, here we go. Aaron Savory's day is done. An absolute gem from Sav. 7 innings, 5 hits, allowed 1 earned run. Struck out 7, walked 2. Just what the Hawkeyes needed. After being a little bit behind the 8 ball yesterday, using quite a bit of the bullpen.
Yeah, use more of your I don't want to disparage anyone, so I got to kind of choose. The guys that you're typically going to go to in high leverage situations, Iowa used more of them yesterday than they normally would have. And this is another guy that they would typically use, and so it's a good spot, and it's good that Iowa could get it to him later in the game than maybe having to get to Ben in the 5th or 6th inning.
Dete, a crafty left-hander with a good changeup. The key will be to keep it low, as Michigan's been a pretty good hitting team on pitches high and out over the plate. Dete pitching to Casillas. First pitch, strike right down the pipe. Zipped it with the fastball. Dete out of the windup. The left-hander delivers. Off speed upstairs, 1-1.
Yeah, Aaron ends his day, 95 pitches, 30 balls, and 65 strikes.
Excellent.
So 68% strikes for Sav.
Dete is 1-1. Couldn't catch the up and away corner. It's 2-1. Fastball just low and out, ball 3. And Casillas in a good spot here. Dete working very quickly. The 3-1 is hit on the ground through between short and third. Casillas on with a single to start the bottom of the 8th.
That's a great pitch from Ben, and just a better piece of hitting from Casillas. That fastball is dotted. Inside part of the plate, down low. Right at the knees. Casillas able to drop the bat handle or bat barrel down there and hit it through the 5-6 hole.
Iowa leading 3-1, bottom 8. Here's Jeffress. Runner at first, nobody out. Dete's first pitch is a strike on the outer edge, 0-1.
Equally good pitch there.
Can live down around there. Dangerous Mitch Voigt on deck. The 0-1. Jeffress shows the bunt, pulled it back. The pitch is low and in.
Yeah, it makes this hitter huge, just so you don't allow Voigt to be the go-ahead run.
Counts even at 1. Dete ready to pitch. He brings it home. He offered at the bunt, and he comes up empty. Ben went with the slider. It's 1-2.
Boy, Jeffress just absolutely fooled and whiffed. He'd look silly on a full swing. He didn't look a whole lot better trying to bunt it.
Bring your best here, Ben. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jeffress. Dete is ready. He pitches. Lined into center and down in front of Risley. Back-to-back singles. And Voigt will come to the plate.
Boy, it's the changeup up. I'm fine with the fact that he hit the outer edge of the plate. It's just, if you leave it up, you just let him see it.
Yep. Changeup has to be down. And every time Ben's run into trouble, it's been the high changeup.
Yeah, he's got the lefty-lefty. He gets it away from him, which I'm a huge fan of. But, boy, then he just, like I said, leaves it out over the plate up.
And here is Voigt. First pitch from Dete. Outside corner, strike one. Good start from Ben. Nobody out in the inning. Runners at first and second for the Wolverines. Iowa leads 3-1, bottom 8. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Line foul over to the right, 0-2. In a good spot here, but we've been here before. Keep the ball down.
Yeah, Voigt had some ridiculously good at-bats yesterday with 2 strikes.
Here's Dete's 0-2. It's outside. That was a pitch out, wasn't close.
I don't know what that was exactly. You're just trying to
a rushed pitch, too.
Show him a fastball high to change eye line, or what you were doing there.
Dete set with the 1-2. Long pause from Ben. He pitches. Hit in the air to center. Risley comes forward and let it bounce in front of him. And it's another base hit for Michigan. Oh, I don't know what Miles was doing. The bases are loaded.
Wow. I thought that was a routine play.
Holy cow.
Sometimes those hard hit balls right at you are hard to judge, and he just didn't ever have a read on it.
Bases loaded for Michigan, nobody out. They're hitting Ben. That's the issue here. Coach Kenny's out of the dugout, headed to the mound. Ben's been fine, but they're hitting him. They're reading him. They're on him. 3-1, Iowa with the lead, bottom 8. Never easy, is it?
Again, that's a good pitch from Ben. That's down and away with the changeup. You kind of got what you got, a hard hit ball, but you got to hit right at a guy.
It was a firm line drive, but plenty of elevation. I don't know that Miles had to come in too many steps. Did he?
No, I don't think so, but
and now the base is loaded for Michigan, and the crowd is finally here. Iowa's held it in check all day. 3-1 Hawks, bottom 8. Ibarra in the box. What will the Iowa infield do here? Let's see.
They will roll a double play for sure.
Staying back. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch from Dete, fouled back to the screen.
You will 100% take. You'll let Michigan score a run if you can get 2 outs out of a deal.
Iowa leads 3-1, but the base is loaded for the Wolverines in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody out. The 0-1 from Dete. Popped up, shallow left field. Wilmus is underneath to catch it. Sack fly opportunity for the Wolverines. It's 3-2. Runners stay at first and second for Michigan. 1 away. Cole Turner, the batter. Colby is 0 for 3 today, but he does have a couple of fly balls, so he can elevate. He's been getting under it. First and second, 1 out. Iowa on top, 3-2, bottom 8. Dete ready, first pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, he was trying to give Michigan the lead.
See spinner, try to hit spinner, miss spinner.
Thankfully so.
Wilmus on the wall again, so a play out, single out to left is going to be a really difficult play for him to get to the plate.
Time called, and Coach Heller is headed to the mound. And the Hawkeyes are making a pitching change in the middle of the at-bat. Door opening up down the line and right. 3-2, Iowa on top. Another nail-biter here at Michigan. First and second, one out. The count will be 0-1. We'll introduce the new Iowa pitcher after this pitching change break. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
New pitcher into the game for Iowa is the right-handed senior from Edmonton, Alberta. This is Chaz Wheatley.
Chaz is 2-0 with a 2.13 ERA in his 14 appearances this season. 12 and 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 3 runs have all been earned, 9 walks, 15 strikeouts. He's actually lengthened out a little bit in his last 2 appearances. Inning and 2/3 against Bradley, 2 innings against Nebraska. Mid-20s in pitches for both of those. And I would guess Iowa would like Chaz to finish this game by getting the last 5 outs here.
Yes. It is 3-2 Iowa. There's just 1 out, and Michigan has runners at first and second. The count will be 0-1 on Colby Turner.
Will Rogers now really throwing in the Michigan bullpen. I would guess that if Michigan finds their way to the lead, he will come in and try to slam the door shut on the Hawkeyes. Let's let him warm up and not enter the game.
Yes. Iowa makes a defensive change. Kellen Strohmeyer goes into the game in right for Andy Nelson. All right. 0-1. It'll be Wheatley's first pitch in the at-bat.
And he gets warned already by the home plate umpire.
Have to settle in. Turner, the batter, standing in from the right side. Wheatley delivers the 0-1. It's hit in the air, right side, foul. That'll find a row of cars behind the stadium over to the right. 0-2 with 1 out. First and second for Michigan. 3-2 Iowa, bottom 8.
Live in the bottom of the zone, Chaz. Get him to beat it right in the ground, right at one of your infielders.
Wheatley set. The tall right-hander pitches. Swing and a miss. Wheatley with the strikeout.
Even better from Big Maple.
That was a strike either way.
Not off the hook here with Cole Caruso walking to the plate.
Caruso walked his last time up. Was wiped away on a double play. 2 outs. 2 on for the Wolverines. 3-2 Iowa holding on to a lead in the 8th. Wheatley ready to pitch. This is a right-handed matchup. Chaz set. The first pitch. Out of play. Hit foul off the end of the bat. 0-1.
Michigan's seen a guy like Chaz before in Vigu out of their bullpen. A guy that throws the good velocity and drops it down.
Oh, 1 count, the pitch. Way outside, Rogers dives over to stop it, 1-1.
I don't like Michigan, but I've always liked their fight song. I hate that I'm tapping my foot right now.
I don't want to hear it anymore, though, John. Wheatley's 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Outstanding change there from Wheatley.
Wheatley back on the rubber. Caruso in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chaz comes set. He kicks and fires. In the dirt, 2-2.
Spot up the fastball again, or you want to see the changeup on the outside?
I like fastball.
I'm with you. Fastball down in the zone, spot up at the knees.
Wheatley ready with the 2-2. He brings it home. Lined into center. Risley coming forward. Miles dives, and he caught it! Risley got that one! Absolute robbery from Risley! Yes!
Holy cow. That one was, you could tell Riz was going all out for that one no matter what. A great play from Miles Risley, and the Hawks head to the 9th, clinging to the 3-2 lead.
We're back for the 9th after this. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Another great harvest thanks to Pioneer brand corn.
Just a few questions.
Who are you?
Kim Kernel, Ag Sports News. I've been chasing your combine for a while. How does it feel getting 10 more bushels per acre over last season?
It feels great. Couldn't have done it without Pioneer. It's America's #1 corn brand.
And there you have it, folks. Live from the field.
Who are you talking to?
Pioneer. Your best year starts here. Learn more at pioneer.com/letsgrow.
Hey Iowa, it's George Kittle, tight end for the San Francisco 49ers and proud former Hawkeye. Life can throw unexpected hits, much like catching a pass over the middle. If you're facing struggles with drug or alcohol use or even mental health challenges, take a time out and call Your Life Iowa. Just like my teammates are there for me, the Your Life Iowa team is there for you. Get 24/7 free resources or find treatment options at yourlifeiowa.org.
A message from Iowa HHS.
An outstanding defensive play by Miles Risley keeps Iowa in the lead. It's 3-2 as we go to the 9th. And who's leading off? Miles Risley. Risley, Rogers, and Guerin.
How often do you see it?
Spot like this. Risley makes an outstanding defensive play that saves the lead for Iowa, because if he doesn't come up with that ball, it gets by him. Wilmus was around, but multiple runs score for Michigan, and Iowa would have been losing. Instead, Risley with a game-saving, lead-saving play, and now he leads off the 9th inning. Iowa 3, Michigan 2. DeBeck continuing to pitch for the Wolverines, and he misfired upstairs to Risley. Iowa technically has gone down 1-2-3 in 4 straight innings. They had a walk in the 8th and a single in the 7th, but caught stealing in a double play erased those. 1-0 to Risley. Inside, it hit him. Risley hit by the pitch.
DeBeck arguing that he stuck his arm out in front of it. The home plate umpire shakes his head no. It was in.
Risley has that elbow guard. And it clipped it. Here's Dan Rogers. Up for Iowa. Rogers from the left side is 0 for 2 today. He's got doubles power like no other. And we'll see if Michigan's making a change here as their coach is coming out of the dugout. Is he going to talk with the umpire?
Don't you have there's a time limit here on Will Rogers is coming in the game. At least Will Rogers thinks he's coming in the game as he was walking to the gate.
Coach Tracy Smith going out to the mound. This might do it for DeBeck. He's irritated with his coach, flinging his glove around. Maybe not irritated with his coach, but irritated that it was a hit by pitch.
Risley did not stick his arm out there, so you see the replay. It was in. Risley made no effort to move, which you're not required to do anymore, and so what are we doing here? Let's snap this thing up here a little bit.
Didn't he tell you what he was doing on his way out there?
No,
because the home plate umpire pointed to the mound, to our side, to our dugout.
I think he told the catcher, go on out there. Yeah, DeBeck is gone.
Now a pitching change for Michigan. Boy, DeBeck is irritated, isn't he?
He really is, but when he sees the replay, he hit him, and Miles did not lean in.
He's having a hard time, isn't he?
He's doing his best to get thrown out of a game he's already out of, so.
All right, we'll take a pitching change break. We're back after this. Risley hit by the pitch. Rogers is the batter. He'll face a new Michigan pitcher when we come back from this pitching change break. Iowa leads at 3-2, top 9. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever. Oh my goodness.
Visit U.S. Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. U.S. Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
New pitcher into the game for Michigan is Will Rogers, a right-handed senior from, Shoreview, Minnesota, former teammate of the Garants.
Let's say that sounds familiar. He's 3-2 on the year with 6 saves, 34 innings, 35 hits, 18 runs, 17 of those earned, 14 walks, 26 strikeouts. Has given up 11 extra base hits. But boy, he absolutely shoved against Iowa last year in a doubleheader. He caught the first 6 1/3 innings of the doubleheader. Then he came in to pitch, got the 2 2/3 scoreless innings. Then he sat for 45 minutes, came in and started game 2 of the doubleheader, threw 2 innings, gave up 2 runs. He allowed 4 hits in total to Iowa, walked 3, struck out 1, handed the ball to Jacob Denner, and Michigan completed the sweep that he pitched both ends of, which is relatively amazing to close one and start one. He's a guy that he'll give you everything. If you remember Major League, Eddie, the old pitcher that Charlie Sheen wants to be, Coach, I'm throwing everything, the Vaseline ball, all of them, and they're just getting me, but I think I can get one more guy out. That's him. Fastball is going to be in around 90, and then he will throw everything else, including a knuckleball. Kind of like, he's got that catcher mentality.
Yep.
I've seen it all. I can throw it all. I can do it.
Rogers, the first batter, takes one inside. Was that the knuckleball there? He sort of just lobbed that in. It just about hit Rogers in the kneecaps.
Yeah, that was 68 miles an hour, so I would guess yes. And the goal is to take that at all times if you're Iowa.
1-0 pitch. Rogers with a half swing. Sent it deep to left, but foul. Risley at first base. He's a big insurance run. Iowa leading 3-2, top 9.
Yeah, how about a 68 mile an hour knuckleball followed by an 89 mile an hour fastball?
One ball and 1 strike on Rogers. Hitless today. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. Rogers the pitcher. Rogers the batter.
Well, when Daniel Wright was in the game yesterday, and Daniel Wright was pitching to Will Rogers, to Daniel Rogers, it was very confusing.
Oh, goodness.
Minimal use of names.
1-1. Dan takes high and out. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, you have to go that way this time.
Go first names. Michigan guy is Will Rogers.
Will deals to Dan.
Yes. Our guy is Dan. 2-1 pitch. Dan hits high to left. Tailing towards the foul ground. Get out of play. It is caught right at the left field line. Rogers flies out. And Risley stays put at first base.
Actually called that foul. It looked fair. Because there's not any foul ground there. So for him to catch that ball. And this is, I was mentioning to you when Rogers came in, this will test Blake Guerin's plate discipline here because He's got to go up with a game plan and approach and stick to it. And the same thing for Cooper Schulte, who will hopefully bat next.
Tough matchup for Blake.
Yeah, trust your scouting report. Go up there. Don't guess from pitch to pitch. Trust what you're doing.
Pickoff move over towards first. Risley back. Miles hit by a pitch to start the inning.
Nebraska did finish off Northwestern 14-4. They'll play again here shortly.
Guerin in the box for Iowa with 1 out. First pitch to him, way outside, 1-0.
Yeah, so you just saw the show fastball.
Outfield playing very deep to defend Blake. The 1-0. Guerin mashes in the air, right side. Well hit, but out of play, foul. 1-1. Wind coming from right to left. So opposite field for Blake was going to be a task.
Yeah,
nice time for him to barrel one up. Perfect, drive it to left.
He could get one to the softball field.
Yep, that's a long way out there, and he could do it. 1-1. Guerin shows a bunt, and he bunted it foul. 1-2.
We've seen him lay down a fantastic sac bunt. And you can kind of tell how important that run is. Iowa playing for 1 there. But that was a third fastball Blake's seen. So now it could be anything. It's not likely to be another fastball in this at-bat.
1-2. Guerin hits a high chopper to third. Caruso charging. His only play will be to throw it to first base to get Guerin. So you basically get the sacrifice bunt that you were trying for on the last pitch. That's fine. Risley gets up to second.
Funny enough, he did get another fastball.
And that's what it looks like when maybe you're not expecting that. Weaker contact that you just have to kind of fight off. 2 outs for Cooper Schulte. Could really use a clutch hit with 2 from Coop. Iowa on top, 3-2. We're in the top of the 9th.
3-12 with 2 outs, 273 with runners in scoring position.
Risley's out there at second. First pitch to Schulte. It's a called strike. Low and in from Rogers.
Iowa just 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position, 2 for 12 with runners on base. So struggle all the way around there.
The 0-1. That's outside. Schulte watched it go away, 1-1. Cooper has a single today. Brought in a run back in the 4th. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. The pitch. Schulte hit foul. An important insurance run out there in Risley at second. Schulte battling with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Rogers, the right-hander for Michigan, comes set. He's ready. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2.
Good take there from Coop. Trusted his eyes, trusted the training.
Find a way here, Coop. 2-2. Way outside, ball 3. Rogers didn't bring his eyes to the mitt until he was headed home. He was locked in on Risley as he began his motion to the plate.
Yeah, trying to vary his hold, but he never really found a target then.
Full count for Schulte with 2 outs in the 9th. Rogers pitch. Strike 3 call. Cooper took it for the 3rd out. He was hoping for ball 4, I'm afraid. All right, we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. 3-2, Iowa in front. 3 outs to go. We're back for the bottom of the 9th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknall.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
Bottom of the ninth inning in Ann Arbor. Iowa 3, Michigan 2. Chaz Wheatley is on the mound for the Hawkeyes, facing 7, 8, 9. Kim, Spear, and Pace, unless they make any changes.
It's like 5 Big Ten games in a row we play like this.
No kidding. And we had just talked about that about 2 weeks ago, that Iowa's wins had been, I don't know, in pretty good control the whole way. I don't want to say blowouts, but...
Well, Iowa had opened the season by, they lost their first 2 one-run games, lost a 2-run game, lost another 1-run game, lost another 2-run game, finally won a 1-run game at Minnesota, but that was a game they were in control of and turned it into a 1-run game. Lost a 1-run game at Northwestern, and then won a 1-run game against Nebraska and won the 1-run game yesterday.
Wheatley pitching to Kim. Strike one from Chaz. Kim 2 for 3 today. A single and a double. Stands in from the left side. Wheatley operating from the first base side of the rubber. Stretch only from Chaz. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Dirty from Mr. Wheatley there. Iowa pitchers have won a lot of races to 2 strikes, and Michigan hitters have been pretty good fighting them off.
That's right. 0-2 pitch from Wheatley to Kim. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He screwed him right into the turf with the slider.
1 away here in the 9th now.
The first out in the 9th is always a big one. Hopefully setting the tone for the 9th. Here's Matt Spear. He's got some power. Another left-handed hitter. Wheatley ready to pitch to him with 1 out. Bases are empty. Wheatley's pitch. Grounded left side and foul. Boy, that was about to be a shift-beating double.
Yeah, ugly as the fastball got past him. He beat it right into the turf.
Schulte playing way off the bag at third because of how Spear pulls the ball from the left side. Counts 0-1 on Spear. Chaz ready. He kicks and fires way outside, 1-1.
D-Rosh, smooth as you want, though. Catches it, snags it out, rolls it behind his back, grabs it, and throws it back to the pitcher.
See if Wheatley can get back in the zone here, 1-1. From the belt, Chaz pitches. Strike 2, outside corner.
Ish.
Woo!
That might be one of the wider strikes we've seen today. We've seen a wide zone. That one is expansive.
Wheatley in the driver's seat. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Chaz ready. He pitches. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Really good pitch there. And now he'll face Greg Pace Jr. as he tries to close it out.
Couple of strikeouts for Wheatley in the inning. Pace, a right-handed hitter. Wheatley delivers. Up and in, ball 1. Pace is 0 for 3 today.
I like the idea, though. You stand him up. You don't let him lean out over frisbees.
Iowa 3-2, bottom 9 with 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch from Wheatley. Just outside, ball 2. Casillas is on deck.
20 strikeouts in 53 at-bats. So get back in the zone here. Get after pace.
Counts 2-0. Pitch from Wheatley. Lined into right field for a base hit. Tying run is on board. And the go-ahead run, the winning run, comes to the plate. And it is Benny Casillas, the best hitter on Michigan's roster.
Mitch Voigt might like a word.
Those two are pretty good. Casillas comes up with 2 outs. He's got the best average, batting .416.
That's a good pitch from Chaz. Fastball in. Sawed him off, but he was kind of beat the shift.
Wheatley's first pitch to Casillas. Here it comes. Strike 1, dropped it in there. Went off speed. Good pitch from Chaz.
We've seen Casillas hit some difficult pitches too, so you've got to really execute your spot here.
0-1 pitch to Casillas from Wheatley. Swing and a miss. 0-2. He threw the heater by him.
Fastball out over the plate.
Iowa leading 3-2.
Mitch Bowe trying to get Kellen Strohmeyer's attention in right to pull him in a step.
0-2 count, the pitch. Hit well to right and foul. All right, he jumped on that high fastball. So you raise it up, now sink it down, right?
Great job from Chaz to execute the pitch. Top of the zone, outer edge. Now missed just a little off the plate and see if you can send him fishing.
Iowa fans getting behind Chaz Wheatley. The 0-2. Grounded to the left side. Schulte's got it. The throw on the run is on the money. And the Hawks win 3-2. And Iowa takes the series over the Michigan Wolverines.
7 straight series wins for the Hawk. And the first career save for Big Maple.
3-2. Iowa with another nail-biting, thrilling win. And the Hawkeyes take down the Wolverines.
Woo. I can't wait until we win 17-2.
All right, we're back with post-game coverage right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. The BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for $0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months. Plus, save up to $1,500 on select equipment. Now through September 30th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Check out Kubota's winning lineup. Visit KubotaUSA.com to find your local dealer.
Iowa improves to 26-11, now 16-4 in the Big Ten, and staying atop the conference with a 3-2, grind it out, tough it out, get the lead and hold it the rest of the way victory over Michigan this afternoon.
Well, and again, Michigan has not given Iowa very many free bases this entire series, but when they did, Iowa made them pay their, back in the fourth inning, third and fourth inning both. And Iowa was able to get it done. And I mean, gosh, just full hat tip again to the pitching staff. Aaron Savory was fantastic. 7 innings, battled through with good stuff. And you and I scratch our heads sometimes when Coach Heller comes out of the dugout and I mean, at this point, it's full in Heller we trust mode, because he went to the change quickly off Ben DeTay. Chaz Wheatley comes in and just deals an inning and 2/3. Gave up a hit, but struck out 3 for his first career save.
The pitching, John, by and large this weekend has been really good from the Hawks, especially the bullpen.
Oh, the bullpen has been fantastic. Now you're sitting at 7 innings from the bullpen, giving up 1 run. Just been lights out, and Chaz Wheatley comes into a tough spot, bases loaded, nobody out. I guess maybe it didn't get there quite there, but just gets it done. The Hawks get out of a bases loaded and nobody out jam by only giving up 1 run and able to squeeze it and get the win.
That's the best outing of Chaz Wheatley's career, wouldn't you say?
Well, because he's never been put in a high leverage spot like that. I mean, he's thrown 2 innings here. He's in the midweek and an inning and 2/3 or whatever there. But to come out and get it done in that spot, in this stage, with where this team is in the season, absolutely.
Iowa wins it 3-2 and have taken the first 2 games of the series over Michigan. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Every day, you're out there, up before the sun, and pushing forward before the chaos of the day settles in. At Great Southern, we're right there with you, because we understand the need for trusted support. Having a team that is seasoned, agile, ready. An award-winning team that knows their customers personally and is behind them at every step. There to assist you, inspire you, and echo your inner dialogue in those quiet moments. Keep going. Whether you're getting ready to meet the day or working on something big, we're your team. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC.
Iowa beats Michigan today 3-2. Let's relive the highlights. The 1-1. Ben hits high to left field. Turner is backing up right in front of the track. In left, he makes the catch. Swales tagging. He will score with ease. We're tied at 1 on the sacrifice fly from Ben Wilmus. Iowa very much. Rogers shows the bunt, drops it down the third base side. Reese Moore comes home. He'll score. Throw to first is in time to get Rogers. But Moore comes down to score. The Hawks lead it 2-1. 1-0 pitch. Cooper lines up the middle and through into right center field. Risley scores. Guerin headed for third. He's there. And now Schulte gets to second on the backside. Heads up play by Schulte. First pitch from Savary. Grounded up the middle. Gable fields it. He steps on second. Throw to first. And Guerin picks it out of the turf. A double play. Yes. Wheatley ready with the 2-2. He brings it home. Lined into center. Risley coming forward. Miles dives, and he caught it! Risley got that one! Absolute robbery from Risley! Yes! Getting behind Chaz Wheatley. The 0-2. Grounded to the left side. Schulte's got it. The throw on the run is on the money, and the Hawks win 3-2. And Iowa takes the series over the Michigan Wolverines. Exciting, thrilling game once again here at Michigan. Iowa wins it 3-2. We're joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland. Coach, another nail biter. We end up on the right side.
Yeah, just finding ways to win. I don't think we played great. I shouldn't say that. There's just been facets that have been good. Obviously, yesterday you were happy with the offense. Didn't love the pitching. Overall, obviously the bullpen was great. And today you get a tremendous start from Aaron. Aaron was dynamite. Just did a great job. Limited free bases to just really not a lot of traffic. Just a tremendous job by him. Wasn't Ben's best day, and then Chaz comes in. Man, what a great job by Chaz, and just the growth of him as a player. Senior year, just been a lot of up and down for him for 3 years, and he's just stuck with it and kept believing in himself. And man, what a great effort out of him. And offensively, it was basically 2 innings where we had pretty decent at bats, and the rest of it I don't ever want to think about. Honestly, I just didn't think we were great. Didn't stick to our plan, weren't hard-headed. But credit where credit is due. Aaron and the staff did a great job, and we just did enough offensively in the third and the fourth to get out of here with the win.
How about that diving play by Miles Risley there late in the game? There was a play earlier we thought, okay, maybe Miles could have caught the one before. We were a little bit hard on him. We apologize for that. But then the next time he had the opportunity, he saves the game with that play.
I was too.
Okay.
I just thought, here's the difference. I thought he was passive, not trying to make a mistake on the first one, and the second one was just like, I got to go make a play for my team. And that's what we're talking about. Coach Heller mentioned it to the team. Even on Friday, we had a couple chances to, make some plays that would have changed that game. A double play goes under our glove, a couple balls in the outfield that I think are 50-50 balls that we didn't come up with, and we survived it. And today you needed to make a play, and I thought, just – the difference was the mentality out of Miles on the second one. Hey, he knew he had to go get it. But I thought he made a great read on the first one. I just don't know why. Again, it's just that I don't want to get it past me. I don't want to do this instead of just, hey, dude, go make the play. You're a great defender. Go make the play. So good job by him of bouncing back. And then, again, just Chaz, just the composure coming in first and second, with one out, gets a punch out, gets out of that inning. And it's just one of those things that we just had to figure out a way to win, and that's what we did.
16-4 in the Big Ten, Coach, and a chance to go for the sweep tomorrow. What an opportunity.
Well, absolutely, and we've been here before. We've been here actually the last 2 weekends where we just came out Sunday, and it was just kind of okay. Just wasn't bad, but, we just weren't killers. And that's what I was kind of talking about with the offense. That was what was frustrating. Ben Swales gets a hit. I don't know what inning it would have been, maybe fourth, fifth. We went 3 of 18 for quality at bats after that, and we went 0 for 15. And just that's the stuff that's going to get you beat. You let them stick around, and we had a chance. Their pitcher was at 68 pitches after 4 innings, and then we go 11, 12, 12. And it was just frustrating. I didn't think we just gave in, and credit him. He does a good job of staying at the bottom, but you kind of know, you got to hold the zone at the bottom with him. And in the first and the second inning, and then after the third and the fourth, that's what we did. We just gave in. And it's frustrating because we're better. And that's what I want to tell him. And it's like, hey, it's great. I don't want to use hey, we found a way to win. We're better than that. Mm-hmm. The expectations are better. I watch you every day. We need to be better. And that's what I want them to take from this is hey, we've won 2 games here, and we have not put the full potion together, right? It's just something's missing, a little salt, a little pepper, whatever it may be. We just haven't put it all together, and tomorrow seems like a great day to do that. And that's the word. That's the word you tell them. But overall, this is what really good teams do, and you figure out baseball is not pretty a lot of the times, right? There's just a lot of things going on that sometimes aesthetically you might not really like what you're looking at, but at the end of the day, you're measured about how many runs that you had compared to the other team, and we found a way to have one more the first 2 days here. Now it's about let's see if we can put something together, a full gamut. We did a good job free base. That was something we didn't do a great job with yesterday. I think we ended up with 9 yesterday. I think we had 2 or 3 today. So really good job, and credit Mission. I mean, they came in with above average walk numbers. They've walked 2 guys and just been pounding the zone. So credit to them. They've made us earn it. It hasn't been easy, but we've kept fighting and figuring out ways, which is great.
All right, congrats on the win, Coach. Let's get on that bus.
Thanks, John.
Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland on our post-game show from Ann Arbor. Iowa wins it 3-2 today. The Hawkeyes have taken the series and will now go for the sweep tomorrow. First pitch is at noon Central Time, 11:30. We're on the air on the Hawkeye Radio Network. That'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball today. For my great board op down the line, Michael, excellent job as always. My color analyst, John Evans. I'm John Leo saying so long from Ray Fisher Stadium in Ann Arbor. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye, and some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Iowa Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. Mid-American Energy. Call 811 before you dig. It's the law. Visit MidAmericanEnergy.com for natural gas safety tips. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Also brought to you by Wellmark, here for every member, every moment. Learn more at wellmark.com. U.S. Bank, proud to sponsor the Iowa Hawkeyes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.